Please let me help you. Go to markbakerbowling.com, click on virtual lessons, and follow the 3 easy steps. Remember, you can live anywhere in the world, and with virtual lessons, I can help you. Look forward to seeing your videos. Thank you. Mark Baker here. Are you struggling with your game? Do you need another set of eyes? Is there that one thing in your game you just can't fix? Please let me help you. Go to Mark
Hello again, everybody, live from Lightning Strikes Bowl, week 34 of the Audi of Fort Myers Mixed League, and what a day we're coming off of watching Walter Ray Williams win his 15th PBA Senior Tour title to take the all-time tournament lead. He was tied with the great John Hanegard, who set the record 16 years ago. Walter Ray now the leading tournament winner on the PBA National Tour and the PBA Senior Tour. We want to congratulate him, and we want to welcome all of you to Lightning Strikes. I'm Larry LICHSTEIN. I will be your host, and what a day it was watching these matches. Just fascinating, watching this greatness Here's Mike Haugen sitting here after the tournament. I'm going to put this camera on him. Haugen, who finished second to Walter Ray, just can't leave. If you'll notice, there he is down there, sitting with Gary Faulkner, right there at that table. The great Mike Haugen, talking to a lot of the bowling fans here who bowled Walter Ray, lost. Mike Haugen was the Senior Player of the Year in 2018 out of Phoenix, Arizona, hanging around with everybody tonight, talking, sitting there with Gary Faulkner. A lot of pros have not left yet. As you can see, pretty good crowd coming in for the Audi League this evening. Let me flip the camera, show you
see if I can get you John Weber.
Okay, show you what's going on here. And as you can see, we are filling up, and a great day for bowling here in Southwest Florida. I'm going to keep this camera right on Haugen's table. There he is, the tournament champions winner of 2008, bowled Walter Ray for the title. Just ran out of gas in game 3. Put a little pressure on him with a late four-bagger, but it was not enough. Obviously, you can watch it on Flow Bowling. And it is cold in here, as we all know. He's putting his shirt on. I think I'm going to be getting Johnny Weber in the booth, the PBA tournament director, my dear friend, for close to 50 years. We're going to ask Johnny some questions about the Senior Tour and the PBA. And again, we want to welcome all of you back to Lightning Strikes here in Southwest Florida. Flow Bowling doing a great job today with cameras across the building. Lots of bowling fans here. Just an unbelievably great day for all of us here at Lightning Strikes. We want to thank you for joining us this evening here in Southwest Florida. PBA truck here, they're packing up all the equipment now, getting ready to bring it up to Clearwater. So still a lot of people hanging out, a lot of staff, a lot of Flow Bowling people, and a lot of league bowlers coming in now for week 34 of the Audi League. 200 Audis have been won, 2-day usages. So tonight, week 34, we expect 5 or 6 more. We'll find out. We'll show you the cameras that we use. A split screen here, 9 through 14. Of course, here, I don't know if it's a nice shirt, Joe Panko, but it's what I threw on this morning. A little casual tonight. Grew a beard over the last 3-4 days. I don't know if I'm going to leave that or not, but normally the hair would fall out by itself, so it's still in. Again, what a great week we're coming off of here. Walter Ray setting a PBA record, his 15th Senior Tour title. Leon Bailey, Dusty Barnett, was nice talking to you. Cooper Gates, Lisa Michelle, welcome aboard, everybody. And here he comes, my dear friend, PBA Tour tournament director for many years. And yes, this is Pete Weber's brother. My dear friend, great job. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Larry, thanks for setting everything up for us.
And it's an honor for me to have you in the booth. Now, we've known each other.
I didn't know I was going to be on camera either, so.
Well, neither did I, but don't worry.
Hope I don't break anything.
You look great. Great to have you with us. How many years you've been a tournament director with the PBA in the Midwest region, Senior Tour, National Tour? How many years now?
I think, well, I don't know really how many, but I think it's over 30.
Over
for sure.
30.
I know I don't look that old, people, but it's over 30.
You look just like Pete, except you don't have any hair. So over 30 years, how many tournaments do you think you've run for the PBA?
You know, when I left the Midwest region,
My normal.
I had 37
Pizza, pepperoni,
tournaments
pepper onion. I'm sorry.
for that year. That's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no.
I
it's
had
fine.
to order dinner.
I've
I'm
been
starving.
interrupted before, actually.
say
Larry.
that
It
again.
doesn't matter.
Probably
In
interrupted.
fact, most people don't listen to me, so it
Probably
doesn't
interrupted
matter.
by me and you got fined. Now start again. I'm sorry to do that.
So when I left the Midwest region, I had 37 tournaments in that final year that I ran.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh. Let's see, I don't even know how many years I did
700,
that.
800?
I probably did that. I might have done that 25 years or so.
Oh my God. That's 750 right there.
750.
Yeah.
I've probably run close to 1,000 tournaments.
1,000
Probably.
PBA events.
Probably, yeah.
The Goose. The Goose is looking down
yeah.
on you.
Yeah, but the Goose was the best.
The Goose
He
is
was-
yeah, but you
was
saw the best, so
incredible.
look what you became. You had him to nurture you as a young man, and then all of a sudden here you are.
Yeah, but he set the bar so high I couldn't get
Oh,
there.
he set we're talking about Harry Gold and the PBA Meritorious Service in 1985, I think, or 6. We're working for the PBA all those years. Of course, Gary May's now getting in the hall. You're next, bro. I got to figure with the major getting in, you're right in line now.
Yeah, I don't know if I deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but you never know.
I think you do.
You know, so.
I watch your intensity level. It's no different than when I bowled 20 years ago or 10 years ago when I bowled the Florida Swing, or 2012, 8 years ago. Same thing.
Well,
you do your job.
You know, it's my job, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay. And,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know that that's deserving of Hall of Fame status, you know, but
What a job.
nevertheless.
What a job
It's a
you've
great
done.
job.
Now, what do you think
It's
of
a great
Walter
job
Ray
to have.
setting the record today?
Oh, my gosh. How many more times is he going to win? He's going to go by that record by quite a bit, I'm afraid. He's 60 years old now. He's what we call a super senior. He's 60 years old.
He's 60.
And I could see him winning. He's in great shape through. I could see him winning another 5 years. So
do I.
He could get to 20 wins, I believe, easily.
Oh, I believe he
Not
can get to
easily,
20
but
wins.
he can
Yes.
get there.
He's so intimidating. Number one, if you know he's bowling good, which they saw this week. Now it's in the back of their mind.
yeah.
This guy can throw a 10-bagger you at any moment, and that's intimidation.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. And it's tough to intimidate greatness, but I believe he does. When you're bowling Walter Ray, in the back of your mind is, no matter how much you're ahead,
You better keep striking.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Any opening, he's
Yeah.
gonna walk right on.
You know,
by.
Haugen's great, your brother's great, he knocked them off, and if he beats Petey Weber and Mike Haugen to get to another win, he's fearless.
Yeah.
You know.
He's unbelievable, and not only that, he just came off the PBA tour. He and Pete retired basically at the same time.
Yeah.
But Walter Ray finished in the top 8 on the PBA tour, and then retired because he wasn't winning enough out there. So he retired, and he comes out here.
So he was 8th in his last national tour
Obviously,
event.
bowling great, yeah.
Wow.
And those guys are incredible out there.
Oh, they're
too. I mean,
incredible.
they're just-
Now, in
they're
all your
ridiculous.
years of being in the bowling industry and growing up in your dad's center, what are your? And I know this audience is going to love this. What are your thoughts of these young two-handed stars?
Well, I think they've changed the game, and there's more and more two-handers coming out.
Boy, they're everywhere.
You know, we see them. Yeah, we see them everywhere, and
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
are emulating that, and there's going to be more, and that's going to be the way to bowl, Larry. I
There's
think.
no doubt their rev rate, their pocket percentage for striking is off the chart. I was watching the young boy that made the Masters finals, Robarge.
Robarge,
And
yeah.
he runs ahead of it. He's got real fast feet. He gets ahead of it. But when he catches it, he's not a big kid. When he catches it, I'm watching the revs on that thing,
Oh yeah.
and I said, "My God, you can't do that one-handed. You
Yeah.
can't do it."
Yeah, and they can, because they don't have the thumb in the ball, they can get around the ball easier.
Oh, yeah.
They stay behind it well. They
Yeah.
can do all kinds
They've
of
got
the
tricks.
different tricks.
Oh yes.
And they
Simonson.
get more revs, and like you said, their pocket percentage is better.
Yeah.
And their area is a little. They can create more area because
Yeah.
of that.
I find it amazing that we're watching this now. I didn't think I'd see this in my life. When I saw Belmonte come in, it didn't dawn on me that the whole world would follow him. But then it did when I thought about how I saw your father. I emulated Dick Weber, and I emulated Roy Lown, and I emulated Dave Davis growing up. So the kids are very impressionable, and they see this style working. And what's also happening is they're getting better younger. In NEBA, Bruce Hall was telling me they've had 4 16-year-old kids win NEBAs. 16-year-olds never won NEBAs, and 3 of them were two-handed.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just talked about Robarge, and
Yeah.
there's more coming up.
Oh, they're coming.
More. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're gonna filter into the PBA Tour, all the college ranks, the PBA Tour, the PBA Regional Tour.
Yeah.
I ask every time I have a meeting with these guys on the PBA 50 Tour, I ask if I have any two-handers here, to talk to them, and not one time have I had one yet. But Walter Ray
He does
practices two-handed.
When he was in Morgantown 3 years ago when I was working there, he practiced two-handed in front of us one day and shot 300
Yeah.
two-handed.
Yeah, he can do it.
I guess him and Brian Robinson are the only two bowlers to throw 300 one-handed and two-handed. I know B-Rob had his thumb in the ball, then went out. Now he's had 300 both ways, and so is Walter Ray,
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I just want to bowl 300 one way.
Yeah, I bowl 300, but it's for two. That's the problem. Anyways, what'd you think of our event? Were you happy with it here?
Oh, Larry, I'll tell you what. The staff was great here. We had no issues with the pin setters at all, ever, not through the entire event.
Chris P, baby. He's the best.
Billy Seymour and David Stolfer, they bent over backwards to make
Yes.
this whole thing work.
Yes, yes.
140 Pro-Am entries for
Yes.
the first year.
Yes. We pumped that up.
Incredible.
Well,
the
Brunswick
local
helped us.
Audi dealer
Yes. Oh, yes.
contributed to BVL and made the Pro-Am so nice for us.
Yes,
And
yes.
everything was
This
really
is Robert
perfect.
Eddy's dream. You know, he's got a vision. He's unique. He doesn't need to make money from his center. He doesn't want to lose.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's an entrepreneur with Oaks Farms, and he does very well. And he decided he wanted to own a bowling center because he loves to bowl and loves to be with the people. And it's very unique because I've not seen that. And this place was foreclosed on. This was gone. It was a dump. Johnny, it was pathetic to walk in here. And he just went right through it like Grant went through Richmond, right through it. And he's not done. He's got a wall going up on 43 and 4. The next time you're here, there's going to be a billiard room with glass all the way down, cornhole darts, and entertainment up the high end. And you're going to be able to look across the whole bowling center from the high end through glass one-way windows.
Nice.
And he's making this the place to be in Fort Myers. And we love it. You know, all of us veterans especially. And the tournament play in this place is remarkable on weekends. 2 weeks ago, $5,000 for first place. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what Couch came out and bowled?
Couch
and
bowled.
finished second to
and
somebody.
He finished third to Stolfer, who won it.
Third, okay.
But the month before, Sean Maldonado won it. Chris Barnes bowled. Stuart Williams bowled. And Dave Forbes gave $1,000 for the first 300 in the tournament from audience. Stu Williams got $1,000 for a 300. That's pretty good money for a 300.
Oh, that's
you know,
great
not
money,
on
yeah.
TV or anything.
Yep.
So again, just honored to have you guys here. It was just really wonderful to watch it, dream about my life, once on the road, and to see the intensity of these young stars. You know, some great bowlers here today. Fantastic bowling to watch. So, who do you think the best rookie is this year? Either Couch or Barnes? They're rookies because they didn't bowl last year.
Yeah, well, Angelo's a rookie too.
Angelo's
he made the
great.
cut here. So
Yeah,
you got
Angelo.
Barnes, Couch, Angelo,
Yeah.
and who knows who's going to come out on
Several
top of it.
others.
But this is maybe the toughest rookie season for the guys coming out to be awarded with PBA 50 Tour Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
That's a tough crowd.
Yeah, this Walter's off to such a run now. Now it gets real interesting. He's so good that you wonder if he could sweep the coast. Now your brother did it.
Yeah.
Your brother swept the coast 2-3 years ago. Didn't he go 3 in a row?
Yeah.
He won everything in Florida.
He won 5 in a row that year is what he did, and he finished second the other time. So that was that was the
He
most
won 5 in a row.
unbelievable streak that I've ever seen, because he. Oh,
Well, you had to be Walter
man.
Ray and Learn
He was
and
just bowling
Parker,
so
and
good
you
at
had to
that
beat
time.
these
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
You know.
But yeah, Walter Ray could do it. There's no doubt about it.
Now, what do you think about Mika's return? That was fascinating. There he was.
There he was.
Tall and lanky.
Yep.
Wonderful to see.
Yeah, I was kidding him. Mika Koivuniemi, I'm working a tournament, and I can't see the boards because I can't see very well. So
Yeah.
somebody in the background says, hey, he needs this strike to tie. So Mika gets up there, he strikes.
Yeah.
So I go down to Mika,
Yeah.
and I can't see the board now.
Yeah.
And I said, Mika, what do you want to do? You know, because they tied.
And
It's a
you
one-ball
and you
roll-off,
thought
and it
they-
was his choice
Yeah.
of starting lane and
Yeah.
order.
Yeah.
And he looks down at me and he says, I want to finish. I look up at the board. Oh,
No.
he's not even through 10 frames. So
No.
he strikes out. He strikes out to do it. He wins the match, and I thought,
Oh my
gosh.
God, you watched him before he struck
yeah,
out?
Yeah, I'm so glad he won the game.
Oh my God, that had to be a first. I did not know that till now.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were kidding each other about it when he got here. It was hilarious later. It wasn't funny at the time.
This is amazing. This is our big league. This is Dave Forbes' league.
Yeah.
Now you got to hear the payoff. 200 Audis have been won on 2-day usages in this league for 300, 800. 400 free days of Audis in this league.
Yeah.
Brand new cars, right out of the showroom.
And I heard some kid, 22 years old, has 6 or 7 of
Yeah,
those,
well,
something like that.
Daniel Caceres got 9, Tyler Altman 8, but they're not 25, so they can't take it, but they give them away. And I got a freebie from one of them. I got one for 2 days, and
I don't even think I've ever sat in an Audi.
there's Tyler Altman right there. This young boy here,
Yep.
10 300s in this league. He's won 9 Audis. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah, now what have you seen in mixed league? 160 bowlers in year 1 of a new mixed league. Dave Forbes comes up with 6,000 and gives them cars. You think he could fill a house? Take a look.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
I wish there was a Dave Forbes in every
I wish there was a
city.
Dave Forbes and a Robert Eddy in every city. So do I. This is we're so blessed to have people that love bowling here. That's why we wanted you guys here, because we knew we could do it with that kind of support, financially and emotionally. You got big corps behind you, Audi, Oaks Farms. Oaks Farms delivers groceries to 2,000 public supermarkets. That's the farm that Robert Eddy is with.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh yeah, 2,000 publics get service with food from Oaks Farms, and that's where Robert works. That's with the owner, Alfie Oaks. So he's a bowling entrepreneur, but he has a very successful businessman.
Yeah.
And he has foods. He has French fries, different foods called Eddie's Foods.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing business. But we're all here because of him, including you today.
Well, that's right. And when I first got here, he came in and introduced himself in the tournament office there. And what means more to me is he's a nice man. He's a great guy.
He loves bowling. He wants you back. He wants the national tour here. He wants the ladies tour here. He wants junior gold here.
Yeah.
He wants teen masters here. He wants everything he can get in this building.
And I was talking to Dave Forbes, and because he brought it up, he said, I'd like to put a junior tournament and involve that with the PBA 50 tour.
Yeah.
And I said, we'd love to. In fact, we have a PBA junior tour now, so if this center ever wanted to host a PBA junior
we'd have him here in a minute.
They can do it.
We would love it and be honored. I mean, anything to keep the sport going. Our philosophy is here. Just keep it going. Promote, do everything we can to make people's evenings wonderful, make them laugh, make them smile, give them a nice, clean facility to bowl in, and they've responded. This is a mixed league, and a year ago this place was empty on Tuesday.
Is that right?
Audi come along, and all of a sudden, look at this.
Yeah.
So as you can see, quite an evening. I guess some of the people aren't here yet. I think they were told they might be bowling at 8. I don't know for sure because of the schedule. We thought you guys would run later. You got done pretty quick today, with the match play.
We did. They were striking so much, Larry, that we got done a little quicker.
You got done quicker.
Well, when Walter Ray shoots, what did he shoot at Pete today? He shot 7.
He'd be pretty
50 or 60 to Pete 6-0 or something like that.
Yeah, he just jumped right on him. Pete'll win one of these next 3 or 4. No doubt he's ready.
Yeah, he's
sharp.
It good too.
He's throwing it great.
Yeah. In fact, he made the last event, him and Walter Ray both made the top 16 on the PBA Tour.
Yeah.
Pete happened to lose his first match to Tom Gordy. Walter Ray won and went on to finish in the top 8.
Yeah.
But no offense, Tom, but Pete probably should have won that.
Yeah.
Because he bowled really good, and Tom got a few breaks. But that's the way that goes.
Well, that's okay. It happens.
And Tom actually ended up winning the World Championship, so he bowled great too.
Tom's won here. He bowls our events. Oh yeah, he won our scratch event here in January or February. He's a horse in this house.
Oh yeah.
Him and Robert are good friends. Robert loves when the big guns come in.
He's tough.
Well, let me let you go,
Larry.
Johnny.
Thanks
great.
so much for
and
having
good
us
luck
out.
in Clearwater. Good luck on your swing here, and stay healthy.
Yep.
Thanks for doing a great job, and hopefully we'll cross paths soon.
It's great seeing you, and we better
Say hi to
cross
Paula.
paths
Tell
soon.
Paula I love her. Tell Paula I love her and miss her.
Will do.
Okay,
Will do,
take
Larry.
care now.
Thanks for having
All
us.
right,
Appreciate
Johnny
it.
Weber.
Thanks, guys.
The great Johnny Weber, and PBA tournament director, the son of Dick Weber, and what a great honor to have Johnny Weber here in the booth.
So this gentleman here, Mr. Larry,
Yes.
is Jeff Goodyear.
Come on in here, Jeff.
He is Mr.
I wanna meet you.
He is Mr. Flo Bowling.
I want to meet Mr.
You
Flo.
guys
Now
have
we
some
know
stuff in common.
Now we know each other. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Mr. Flo Bowling with me tonight. Jeff Goodyear, welcome aboard.
Well, thank you. After 12 hours of watching and talking about bowling,
Wow.
the one thing I wanted to do was more of it.
Well, it's just great to have you. You do an unbelievable job, and thank you for what you've done for the sport. I mean that sincerely. What a great professional team you have. I was watching you folks all week, and you do an unbelievable job. And you do every PBA event, Mike? Am I guessing right?
A large portion, yeah.
A large portion.
PBA, PBA 50, now PBA Junior.
Wow.
Yeah, whatever there is.
Wow. 40 to 50 tournaments a year, would you say?
I
Close.
hope not.
Close, though. 35
It's a lot,
anyways.
yeah, it's a
Oh,
lot.
yeah. Where are you from?
Michigan, Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
I bowled in Grand Rapids. Of course, the great Marion Ladewig was from Grand Rapids, the greatest woman bowler that ever lived. But I bowled there as a young boy on the PBA Tour. And in the 1970 Grand Rapids Open, Gerald Ford threw out the first ball, and 4 years later he was president. He's the only president that I believe that ever set foot in a PBA event. A little history lesson for you from your own town. I was 21 in that event that summer when he came in, threw the first ball, walked around, signed autographs in the PBA programs, bowled, and then 4 years later Nixon resigned and he was president.
So is this good luck, or is this just a coincidence? And what did he get on that first ball?
I don't remember, but I threw the first ball in the Pro-Am the other day, went in the gutter at 40 feet, one of the highlights of my bowling career.
That was my follow-up question.
Yes, I got a little fast with the feet and a little nervous. So now you go to Clearwater,
Yeah.
then the Villages, and then you go to North Carolina and then Virginia, and then you got a little time off, and then...
I guess so.
Yeah, you got-
That sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds right. When I did this, it was a blur. At one stretch in my career, I was at about 360 in a row from 73 to 83. As player service director, about 330 in a row when I finally missed one. That's when we had 36 tournaments a year. It was a grind, and I drove every week, drove the 18-wheeler, and unloaded it, drove balls all week, and drove again. It was just nonstop for 36 weeks. Luckily, we did have breaks in the middle. We go 16 in the winter, 6 weeks off, 14 in the summer, 6 weeks off, 6 weeks in the fall. Coast to coast twice during the year. Now, do you have announcers on your national stops that come in like Marshall Holman or any of our past Hall of Famers?
We have in the past.
Good.
I don't know the upcoming roster.
Yeah.
But yeah, we work with Marshall.
Yes.
Randy's done some of it.
Good.
Randy Peterson.
Good. They're great. Marshall and Randy, very good friends of mine, and I was there for their first PBA events as player service director. Marshall in '74, Randy in '80, and they became great announcers with the networks for us, great ambassadors. Somebody was telling me Marshall was going to bowl again. That he signed with Motive and he is going to bowl.
I know he signed with Motive.
Yes. I'm
Anytime
shocked.
I've ever asked if he misses it, no, I do not.
I would be shocked if he came back. That would be interesting if he come back in his middle 60s. That would be a shocker.
Yeah.
What a showman.
It would anger all the 60-year-olds
Yeah,
with those super senior checks.
Oh yeah, they'd be getting a check for sure. Now, how many are on your crew when you do this?
Well, this week it was almost 10 of us. We had
Wow, 10 of you.
2 producers, production assistant, and then several scorekeepers.
2 producers, production assistant, and scorekeepers. Fantastic.
That was this week. It's usually around there,
Wow.
depending on what we're doing.
Where'd you go to school? I can tell you've been in school.
That sounds like a compliment.
It is a compliment.
Went to Grand Valley State University.
And you majored in?
Well, advertising, obviously. Advertising, minor in writing,
Fantastic.
and here I am producing bowling.
I think we're honored. You do an unbelievable job. You're a young man. You've helped us tremendously. You know, we need to get out there any way we can. You know, Jerry Levine, who worked for the PBA many years, says all news is good news when it comes to bowling.
Yeah.
And this live stream, we get a lot of views. Not that many this evening.
That's my fault.
But no. But we've had our scratch event, the Eddie Foods event. We had 110,000 minutes watched, about 5,000 live views that day. And tonight we got about 30 people on. It'll grow as the show goes on. You can see we have chat. A lot of people talking to us here from around the world. Duncan Titanic usually comes on from Scotland. Troy Pelosi from Ireland. And we get some people from foreign country. There's Duncan right there from Scotland.
Worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide. Yeah, it's great. We do what we can. You know, any way we can promote the sport. And they love the show. We talk about bowling, a lot of my stories, and a lot of our regular guests. What'd you think of the Walter Ray Petey Weber match?
Well, before or after?
Before,
It was really exciting.
after,
It was a bit of a letdown.
a little anticlimactic. He just blew him off the lanes. You tore him
that-
apart.
That whole round, though, outside of the Stoney Baker match, the other three matches were just kind of complete blowouts, and they looked like good ones going
Yeah.
in, and then but that's what happens in bowling, especially when you have 3 games.
Yeah.
But then we had that really great finish to the 4th one, which shows that huge leads don't necessarily mean anything. But yeah, everyone was looking forward to Pete and Walter Ray, especially when at the Scorpion Championship this year,
Yes.
they could have bowled each other had Pete won in the first round, but then Tom
Yes.
Doherty said, both of you get out of here, and ended up winning the whole thing.
Now
So we got it.
This special show with Walter Ray and Duke and Pete. Are you going to be doing that one?
Yes, Battle of the Goats.
Good. That's the one that's going to be a lot of fun. That's exciting.
Yeah, we'll be in. It's in Aberdeen. It's the day after the North Carolina PBA 50 event. The Battle of the Goats.
Fantastic. What's
Duke,
first
Weber.
place in that? Big money?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I did not do my
I
research.
think it's pretty big money. I think they gave him some money to make him put it on. You know what I mean?
I hope so.
I do too.
I know they did. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know exactly what the number.
Bolero's been great. They've been so generous. That first tournament with 580,000 on a telecast that day, that won me over. I said, look what they're doing for bowling. 580 that day.
That day. Yeah.
That's
That's
the-
just those 5, not
Those
the rest
5.
of it.
Yeah, that was the one that got me. I said, oh, the year off, and that's what they're bowling for, the first tournament. That one won me over. That's a great commitment from them to help us, no doubt about it.
Well, and not only did Kyle Troop win $250,000 there, but he became the first of 5 who will be bowling in the Super Slam this Sunday, live on Fox.
Oh, he's in the Super Slam because he was the winner of one of the majors. So
Yep.
the 5 winners go.
Troop, Lavoie, Doherty, Larson, and now Chris Vi, and that's this Sunday.
I was on the phone with Thomas Larson this morning. He's in Morgantown with Brian Robinson. He's staying at Brian Robinson's house. They room together. And I congratulated him. What a fine gentleman he is. From Denmark. So we've got and Lavoie from Canada. He's from Denmark. So we got 3 Americans and 2 foreign players, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, 3 Americans,
that's
2
correct.
foreign players.
Although Francois does live in the United States now.
Oh, he does live in the United States. Okay. Who's your best interview?
My best interview.
Yeah, like when you get somebody that you like to talk to that charges you up, charges your viewers up, or they tell you that's the best interview. Do you ever hear that?
Well, John Weber, he's one.
John
Except
Weber's-
he won't talk to me.
He's so wonderful.
Just waves over the wall here.
He's just like his dad. He's just like his dad.
To answer your question, I enjoy Randy Peterson sitting next to me because he just exudes that Randiness.
Yes,
And,
he's an amazing
it's a
man.
weird way to say that.
So
but
wonderful man. I'm so happy that he had a second career. He was a great bowler, but he's been announcing now 20 years, and quite an accomplishment in our sport the last 20 years.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. He's a funny, got great sense of humor. Randy and I have been very close since his first event, 41 years, and he's a credit to the sport, no doubt about it.
John Weber again.
John Weber.
When he walks by, I just lose focus.
Yeah, he's an amazing man. His father was my idol, and I had a chance to bowl him in my rookie year. And it was thrilling to bowl Dick Weber at the age of 20, 52 years ago. And never forget that first match in match play. I was fortunate enough to beat him the first 3 times I bowled him. Then he beat me the 4th time, and he pointed his finger at me and he said, "Don't get used to beating me." And he meant it. He did not like losing, but he did it in a good way.
Yeah.
But he did not like losing to young, cocky left-handers. And I think the next 3-4 times we tangled, he got me back pretty good. But anyways, I want to thank you. We're going to go to the league. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
And we'll look forward to seeing you next year here. Well, hopefully you'll be back.
I'm counting, well, whatever, days, minutes. I can't wait.
And next year, if you want the booth, let me know. You can take it.
The booth looks really nice.
You can have the booth. We'll get these monitors out of here, pull a table out, and it's yours. You can sit up here and do it.
I was really getting used to sitting in this cubby back here.
Yeah.
But with this vantage point,
Yes.
this is really nice.
I would love for you to take the booth next year, and that way there you might spot things, and it's a little different view, obviously, when you're flat on the floor. This is Dave Stolfer built this, our GM.
Yeah.
And so it slides into that cubby when we're not using it, but it's first class.
It is. I'm happy to be up here for 12 minutes or whatever this was.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you.
Enjoy.
Okay. What a fine, fine young man. Jeff Goodyear. Wow. How about that? Jeff Goodyear. All right, we're going to put the bowling on, believe it or not. Actually, we have bowling tonight, folks. And there it is. Bowling at Lightning Strikes. And watch Mike Haugen. You want to see something cool? Watch this. Look. There he is right there. Check him out. Eating at Lightning with Gary Faulkner at a table, relaxing. And where does he go after he's done bowling Walter Ray for a title? Nowhere. Let me have something to eat. They bowl tomorrow at Lehigh. That's 10 miles from here. Chris Keene and Dennis Bush's place in a senior regional. So Mike hanging out here tonight. Just got done losing to Walter Ray. May as well have something to eat. Again, we want to thank all of you for coming aboard. Cooper, Dusty, Gilbert, Bill Plunkett, Robert Edion, yes, yes, yes. And just a wonderful, nice group. Mark Matugno on. Yes, Mike is great, Mark. Curtis family, thank you so much for the compliments. I try my best. You all know that. I'm an old has-been. And Vittorio's on. Hello, Vittorio. I'm an old has-been. They gave him a pretty good job here, you know. So I like this. Thank you, Doug Clark. Junior PBA, yes. Robert Eddy. Robert's not stopping. Robert won't be happy. He won't be happy until every tour bowls here. Men, women, seniors, juniors. Don Cornette on. Thank you, sir. You know, these young pros come in here for Flow Bowling. This young man, you can just see the intelligence and the commitment he has for bowling. He's here today, 12 hours live streaming. Flow Bowl today, 12 hours. And I don't know how many more times he could win the Curtis family, but I will tell you one thing. I was there for win 1, and I was there for win 119. It's about 117 in the middle. I was in a lot of them, but I never dreamed in my life that this guy was this good. Ever, ever, ever. And when we had the vote in 2009, 34 of us were on the voting committee to vote the greatest 50. I put him second behind Earl. Okay? And I bowled with Earl and watched Earl's 14-year career. I felt in 2009 that Earl was the greatest that ever lived. But I must say, after these last 12 years, I really wonder now if I'm seeing something that we'll never see again. This man has been a factor to win PBA events since his first win in 1985. It's 36 years of winning. 36 years of winning. And Earl's career was 14, so, you know, it's just unbelievable when you realize this man still has this intensity level and physical ability. It's beyond comprehension. You guys got to watch Flo Bowling and watch what he did today. It's crazy. John Webber did bowl the PBA Tour as a young man, and I'm going to say in 75 or 6 or 7, he made the finals in Kansas City. I believe Dick won that event, and Dick bowled John in a PBA finals. I don't know if he ever made a finals and bowled Pete. I do believe he did in regionals, but I don't believe he made a finals on the national tour and bowled Pete. So the Curtis family wants to know how many more he could win. Well, got his 15th senior tour today, 47 national tour. He says he's done with the national tour, so that number might end. But the senior tour number ain't going to end. I'll tell you that right now. Not even close. I think, and I could be wrong, but if he bowls 10 senior stops a year, and he will, there's only 5 scheduled right now. They've not scheduled the West Coast yet because the West Coast is not doing too good. So we don't know where they're going after Virginia, which is the 5th senior tour stop this year. That's going to be interesting. No schedule yet. So if he only bowls 4 more, you know, he might not win this year. But if there was 10 or 12 this year, I'd bet a couple of wins in a heartbeat. This one and at least one more. You know, with 4 to go after this, I don't know, but he's so good, who knows? He could win 2 or 3 of these coming up. I mean, he sent Pete Weber packing today by 150 pins. Just blew him right off the lanes. Of all things, that was his easiest match. The Pete Weber match. We have some pairs that don't have bowlers bowling tonight, and I don't know why. I think they're starting later because they heard the league was going to start at 8. What happened was we thought it would because of the PBA, but they got done quick, so we oiled them and got the league on the lanes. So some pairs might be starting a little later than others. Leon Bailey's back. Hello, Leon. Welcome aboard. Mark, one of my biggest disappointments in my career is when they took the senior tour off of ESPN in 2002 or 3, I believe. That was horrible. Parker Bowling Bowl great. Won his first match, I believe, lost his second. Or his third. He might have been 9th through 16th, I believe. Stay with me, folks. I'm going to get Mike Haugen in here. Mike Haugen's going to come in the booth and talk. Go ahead, go right ahead, and you can come sit with me and join the fun.
When I say real quick, it won't be real quick.
Well, whenever you're ready.
You let me know.
Okay.
Gary might pop in now.
Yeah, bring Gary too. We're going to get Gary Faulkner in here out of Norfolk, Virginia, who is a genius. Come on over here. You got to sit with Uncle Litchy. Come with me.
I'll gladly sit with you, Larry. Oh, man. I tell you, I love this setup.
No, our fans are going to love this,
This is
Gary.
nice.
No, this is the best, bro.
This is awesome.
Now, let me show you.
Get my drink out of my face.
I'm with Gary Faulkner out of Norfolk, Virginia. Great Bowling This Week finalist.
Thank you, sir.
And Gary Faulkner is a pro shop operator, and I must add that when I talk to him about layouts, and I'm a little rusty, but this man knows more in his pinky than I know in my body, and I mean that sincerely. I am not joking. He's got a program. Tell us about your program.
Well, I was sitting in the shop one day, and I was busy. I had probably, I would say 10, 12 people lined up to get balls drilled.
Yeah.
And each one of them, they all wanted a bowling ball for a specific thing. I want the ball to do this on this pattern. I want to do that on that pattern.
Yes.
And you end up spending 20, 30 minutes thinking in your head, how am I going to lay this ball out? You start asking them questions, what kind of shape you want.
Yes.
You know, how fast do you want the ball to slow down? Do you want it to roll forward? Do you want it continuous? What are you looking for? And in order to make myself more efficient and faster at what I do, I developed a Google spreadsheet where I could just plug in what they wanted and it would spit out layouts based off of dual angle layout theory. One thing that Mo always did was he always taught people. So you would learn ratios of the drilling angle to the valve angle, do something. Total sums, do something. In distances, do something. And all I did was took that information and put it into a formula so you could pick what you wanted and it would spit it out. It would calculate everything for you.
And you developed an app.
I developed an app to do that. I was sitting there showing it to a customer.
And I saw the app.
You
and
saw the
I
app.
went into orbit because what I saw, I could never dream of a day in my life. And I've been around, but I don't have this man's mind, and I know that. But I always want to learn because you got to learn.
Sure.
This app that you developed is called the Paddock.
The Paddock. Yeah.
It is the best app I've ever seen in my life for bowling ball layouts, folks. And you must get it. If you don't get it, I'm getting it. Because if somebody asked me a question, I know I can answer it correctly. But I didn't know if I could until I saw this. I said, I think I can answer it.
Sure. Sure. You know, every now and then when somebody would ask you a question about a layout, they would say my layout is 50 by 5 by 60. What's this ball going to do?
Yeah.
Every now and then you sit there and you go, well, God, what is it going to do? Am I forgetting what I'm talking about here?
Okay.
And so one part of this app is you can actually put in your layouts and the app will tell you what it's supposed to do based on what you put in.
That is the greatest invention, folks. And all of you that know me know I've got him in here and I'm asking this man this. There's a good reason. You know, I want you all to learn. What I saw today is a must for anyone that bowls or drills bowling balls, or even just wants to learn about the sport.
Sure.
It is a must. It's a must. It's all there, and he showed it to me, and I'm getting it as soon as I can, just because if somebody asks me, I don't have those answers, but I do now.
Yeah.
And I can guide them
Exactly.
a little bit, you know. I can guide them.
Exactly, and it helps the customer deal with their pro shop operator.
Yes.
If the customer has the app,
Yeah.
the customer can sit there and go, well, I would like to have this layout
Yeah.
because this is what I'm looking for.
The customer learns.
And the pro shop guy's going to go,
Yes.
I agree with you.
We have to give them knowledge. Bowling
Sure.
bad is lack of knowledge. When you get knowledge, you become a better bowler. So it's very simple. You're offering knowledge, and you don't have to be a driller. All you got to do is understand what you want your ball to do.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep, and I'm constantly thinking of something that I can put into it
Yeah.
to always improve it.
Yeah.
So a lot of the users that are using the app right now will send me suggestions. Hey, how about put this in?
Now,
One of them was converting from the storm pin buffer system
yeah,
to the dual angle
yeah,
layout, because there's a lot of pro shop guys that don't like to swing arcs. They like the dual angles. And if they got a customer that comes in and goes, well, I want 5x5x2,
yeah.
and they don't have a compass to swing it,
Yeah.
they're like, well, what does it come out to? Well, now there's a part in the app where you put in 5x5x2 and hit convert, and it spits out your dual angle layout, so you
Oh
don't have
my
to worry
God,
about
that's
it.
crazy. Now, does Mike Haugen use your system?
Yeah, he's got it on his phone. Actually, last night we were going through his bowling balls last night and
Yeah.
mapping them out and
Really?
trying to figure out.
So
fit
he
holes.
uses it, and he finished second here to Walter Ray. Obviously, a great performance. Do many of the seniors use your system and come to you?
I actually had a couple of them come up during the practice round that I didn't even know had the app,
Really?
and were thanking me for the app. Said it made
I
it so
gotta
much
get it.
easier for them.
I've never seen it. This is from another planet. Thank God. I mean, it just eliminates all the guesswork. It's right there, staring you in the face. You got answers.
It's just answering questions is all it is.
It's fantastic.
Ask the customer what he wants, and they just put it in.
He's in Mopinel with layouts. You can bet on that. What is the app link? We're getting questions from my readers. Leon Bailey from the United Kingdom wants to know. He's from over there across the pond.
I've got quite a few people over in Asia that use the app now.
You got people in Asia
Yep.
that use the app.
If you have an Android device, it's on Google Play. If you have an Apple device, it's on the Apple App Store, and it's called the Paddock. If you just do a search for Paddock Bowling, it'll pop right up.
Now, do you know why I loved it? What do you think I did when I was player service director? I ran the paddock,
You ran the Paddock.
and I saw that, and I said, well, I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. The paddock.
When I was searching for a name for this, I'm trying to find something that was relative to bowling.
Yeah.
And I'm going, okay, dual angle layout app. Nah,
Yeah,
too
yeah,
long.
too
You want
long.
to keep it short.
Yeah.
And then finally, I'm sitting there at my laptop at the kitchen table doing this, and my wife goes, well, why don't you just call it the Paddock? Because that's where you guys hang out
The
anyway.
perfect name.
I said perfect. So it was my wife that said the Paddock.
Now, let me do this real quick. I'm going to check scores because people can win Audis with large strings if they shoot 300 or 800. So I'm with Gary Faulkner from Norfolk, Virginia, a pro shop operator, one of our finalists this week.
Let me pull up your live feed here on my phone.
It's on
and,
there.
And for everybody in there, I can actually just tell them what the app is, and then they can go to find the link for it. Let me see. There we go.
It's so different to have this kind of knowledge in the building this week. Everywhere you look, you've got legendary lifers, pro shop operators who love the sport. And for me, I'm at home just talking to this guy. This guy is wonderful,
Okay.
a consummate professional pro shop operator who developed an unbelievable device for bowling. And for all of you out there,
Oh, there we go.
pass it on.
Just popped up.
Search the Paddock Bowling. There it is. Gary Faulkner just put that out there for you guys.
Let me see.
And when you see it, your eyes will pop out of your head. You'll say, I can't believe what I learned on Larry's little stream. It's scary when you see it.
I don't have an iPhone, so I won't be able to get him the link for the Apple Store, but I'm going to see if I can find the link and pop it up for Google Play.
Now you're going to bowl a regional in Lehigh, right? Chris Keen's?
Absolutely.
Chris Keen's the best. Great promoter.
Yep.
What a nice deal. You guys can stay here after you get done and start again.
Oh, yeah.
Hop, skip, and a
Definitely.
jump 10 miles from here. Perfect schedule.
Definitely. Okay, there's that. That's all right. So,
Have you ever won a senior regional?
I did.
Did you really?
I did. Yeah. I had took a little bit off bowling wise. I was a member. God, I started in '90, and then when my daughters were born, I decided I just wasn't going to bowl anymore, and I became a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
And I didn't bowl from like '98 to probably 2002, 2003. And then in 2004, when I moved back to Norfolk, after a little stint back in New York,
Yeah.
I said, you know, I'm going to start bowling because now I can. And I ended up winning 2 regionals, regular regionals, and then I was waiting for the 50 tour to start up.
Jason Duran from Colorado on.
Hey.
Hello.
I know that name.
Jason Duran, hell of a bowler. Has bowled
And-
here in several events and bowled our sweepers. Nice to have you aboard, Jason. Everything
All right.
went well. Rye
Okay.
Kanapic, you got to look at this man's tool here. It's the best I've ever seen. There
there's
it
the
is,
Google.
folks.
There's the Google app.
You want to learn, get this. I saw it, my eyes popped out of my head.
So in November, I won my first senior regional.
So you won a senior regional.
I hadn't bowled all last year. I was actually, all last year, I've spent a lot of time with my orthopedic surgeon discussing my knee surgery
Yep.
and going through treatment with that. So I was feeling good in October, so I went up to Richmond and bowled a regional up there. Barely made the cut.
Yep.
It was a top 12, and then it was match play, round robin match play. So I make the cut being minus.
Yep.
And within 3 games, I'm now up into second. I averaged 240 during match play and ended up losing to Walter. Walter was first, I was second.
Yep.
And then the next month in Mooresville, I felt good again. Said, okay, I'll go down to Mooresville and bowl the regional. And I ended up beating Walter in that regional for my
So
first
you
title.
beat Walter for a title.
I beat Walter for a
That
title.
alone is a pretty rare feat. You know?
That
Usually
is-
when he gets to a title match, it's lights out.
Beating Walter's difficult.
Beating Walter is very difficult. As a young man bowling in the senior tour and regular tournaments in 2000, I made the step ladder at a Southern Regional at Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And the top 5 was Mark Masabi, myself, Patrick Allen, Walter Ray, and Tommy Nivet from Jacksonville. And I beat Masabi, and I beat Allen, and now I got to bowl Walter Ray, and I got him. Going in the 8th. If I strike, he's not beating me. 4, 6, 7, 10, a typical Larry. Thumb down and hooked early. He strikes out and beats me. He gets to Nivet, and they tie at 2:13 apiece. They have a 1-frame roll-off. Nivet leaves ring in 10. Walter goes 8-10, and Nivet beat him 9-8.
Wow.
To win his only ever PBA regional. And in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, Chris Hans had the pro shop there.
Chris Hans had the pro shop.
Wonderful man there. Wonderful
Yep.
man.
Yeah, that was the bowling center that had the hotel sharing the parking lot.
Yes. I only bowled it once. I bowled very well there. I finished 3rd, but I lost to Walter Ray in match play and in the step ladder. I wanted to say I had a chance to beat him and Anthony in my life. I got close. And I lost to him, but at least I got to him. There was a kids regional, and he was not 50. Of course, I was 51. He had to be 41 when that happened. It's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Chris Hans owns a bowling center now.
does he really?
He bought a small bowling center in Henderson, North Carolina.
Good.
Completely renovated the place.
Good.
And he's turning it into like a mini training facility.
He's the best. I love Chris Hans. Fine man. Thank God we got guys like that getting involved in the world of bowling because they love it.
Yeah, I've known Chris now for 20 some odd years.
Yeah. Didn't he win an eagle? I think he won a doubles eagle.
Ooh.
Did he win a doubles eagle?
I am not sure. I am really not sure. I know when the teams that he was putting together at the USBCs were always stacked.
Yeah.
You know, he had bowlers like Ryan Whitney and Kyle Troop were on the team.
I watched Ryan Whitney 1 year with him, and I believe it was 2012 in Baton Rouge. When Ryan Whitney got done, he was leading singles, doubles, and all events.
He straps on it.
He just flat leaned on it and ran. He shot 2180 or 2190 that day.
Yep.
I watched him. I was on the same squad with him. Ryan Whitney.
He's a guy that straps on it, that's smooth strapping on it.
Big, strong boy.
Oh yeah, he is. He's got a big paw on his hand too. He's got a big mitt.
Is he thumbless? I think he's thumbless.
I don't know if he's completely thumbless or if he's using
He's got it in a little
thumb
bit.
tip.
He might be thumb tipping.
But he's definitely got the ball in the palm of his hand.
Definitely got 500 off his hand too.
Oh yeah.
He's got all the 500.
Unfolds on the bottom just so unbelievably well.
Yeah. Now, who were your idols growing up as a young man when you first started the bowling?
Yeah. I always liked watching Burton. I always watching Bo bowl.
Burton?
I always liked watching Bo Burton bowl.
Burton was unbelievable.
Other guys that I liked watching, Gil Sliker. I loved watching Gil
He's right
Sliker
up the road in Sarasota. Yeah, he's a wonderful man. Good bowler.
I loved watching him bowl. Another guy I liked watching bowl was Steve Neff.
Fantastic bowler out of Sarasota.
You know, I tended to watch all the stylists, the guys that looked really smooth, and you know, sure, I would always watch Holman, I would watch Roth. I loved watching those guys. I loved watching Earl, but it was always those, you know, Larry Lobb was fun to watch.
Larry Lobb was unbelievable. Larry Lobb and I were very good friends in our careers. I'm very good friends with Steve Neff and his wife Jamie, and he was the 73 PBA Rookie of the Year, and he won the U.S. Open in '75 at Jeannie Halsey's at Forum Bowl in Dallas. And the next year, Paul Moser won, who was one of my closest friends. We all hung together.
Sure.
We were all within a year of age of one another, so you know we had a lot in common. Steve Neff was a thoroughbred, and his dad was a career man in the Air Force, Mr. Neff, who lived to 100. His father. And they lived in Sarasota. I knew his mom and dad. Steve Neff was a great champion, one of the best ever to come out of Florida, and now lives up in Homosassa Springs.
Does he?
About 240 miles north of here on the water. And
I loved watching Lobb play the gutter.
oh, Lobb was unbelievable.
Just loved watching him play the gutter.
Lobb was
You know,
unbelievable.
and another bowler that I always loved watching the bowl because she was from my area growing up in Albany.
Yeah.
And you know, she has since passed away, was Barb Light.
I know the name Barb Light.
Yeah. She shot 300 once on TV on the ladies tour.
I idolized several Albany bowlers as a young boy. There was a guy that bowled when I was a kid named Johnny Gurman. Johnny Gurman was fantastic. Johnny Walter, Skip Vigers,
Johnny Walter.
Joey Schmidt, Maury Kramer, Dick Peckham, Harry Palomay, all great bowlers from the Albany
the
area.
Walshes.
And then Rick Carney, very good bowlers from that area. And the great Maury Kramer was a charter member of the PBA with Joey Schmidt.
Yes, Joey Schmidt.
Bob Dobney had the pro shop there for years.
Bob Dobney just
Kenny
passed
Hall,
away.
Bob
Yeah.
Dobney just said.
Just
Kenny Hall
passed
and I
away.
were good friends.
Yep.
Great bowling town, Albany. I coached at the Capullos. I might be coaching there this fall. I'm good friends with Marty and Debbie Capullo at the Town Bowling Academy.
Yep.
Great place.
Yep. I grew up bowling at Clifton Park Bowl on Route 9.
Clifton Park, got it. That was a Bowl New England house, isn't it?
It was owned by Al Mazzaroni built it. He had a construction company, and he loved to bowl. So him and his brother built the bowling center.
Yep.
And then they sold it to Bowl New England.
Bowl New England. I think
Yeah.
Bowl New England still owns that house.
I believe they still do.
Yes, they do. That's
Yep.
Dick Corley, the owner of Bowl New England, who now lives in Marco Island.
Yeah, it was 32 lanes, and I think they took out 8 of the lanes to put in laser tag. So I think it's 24 lanes and laser tag now.
Jax Teller says Ryan Whitney's thumbless.
Stunless.
I watched him shoot 2180. That was thumbless. Those pins were dancing.
Yep.
Every game had a 7-bagger. Now we're looking for bowlers. Here we go. Bowlers with a lot of handicap and a lot of strikes. So right here we've got a couple of bowlers now with a chance to win an Audi. Over 200 given away this year, folks. Courtesy of David Forbes.
So what do? They shoot 300. They get a. They
No, with handicap.
get with handicap.
Yep. Or 800 with handicap.
That's a pretty good stroke on lane 22.
Oh, that's Lee Ratchet. He's tough. Navy veteran, was on subs stationed at Groton, Connecticut at the sub base. He's won our proprietors championship here twice. Lee Ratchet is a very good player. Bowling with his wife Tracy tonight. They won some cars. Family night. Lots of babies.
I see that.
Lots of strollers. Here's John Weber holding court. I love it. You guys stayed around. We're lucky. We're lucky you stayed tonight. Several of you hanging out. After all, when you're a bowler, where else are you going to go? May as well stay in a bowling alley, right?
Exactly. Now this is the first time I get to see David Stolfer throw a bowling ball.
Watch this. Get ready. Watch this beautiful stroke. Watch this beautiful swing. Watch him at the line. Whack. Now you saw it.
That's a lot of hand.
He knocked Duke out of the 2019 Masters out of
Did
the
he
losers
really?
bracket. He beat Duke. He's won our proprietors tournament, which is our biggest scratch tournament, 6 times in this area. No one's won it 3. He's won it 6.
That's a lot of hand.
And he is an assassin, believe me.
Was Ryan Whitney a one-hander? Yeah, Ryan Whitney I would say is like a 1.5-hander.
Joe Barton wants to know what is the name of the app. It's right above, Joe. You see Gary Faulkner right there on our chat. Tell him the name of the app. It's called The Paddock.
The Paddock.
The P-A-D-D.
Paddock.
The Paddock.
The Paddock app.
You've got to get it. If you are a bowler and you want to learn, you get that, you'll get put into orbit. Take my word for it.
You know, the one section of that app that the bowlers like is where they can actually pick a lane condition and where it gives you a ball suggestion and a layout suggestion for the lane condition you picked.
Really?
Yep. There's 68 patterns preloaded into this into the app.
16 patterns. Tells you layouts for patterns. Oh my God.
Yep. Pick a pattern and get a ball suggestion. It won't tell you the exact ball you need, but it will definitely give you a.
Watch this. Watch Daniel Gassura. Don't mean to interrupt.
Oh yeah,
Now, he works here.
Pro shop guy.
Now watch Daniel. Want to see somebody wind on it? Watch this release.
Nice.
How's that? Whack. A little light. Daniel's excellent bowler, 230. There's Billy Seymour, our host, right with him, bowling tonight. Billy the GM. Watch Billy's game. Pretty good there, huh? They want to win Audis. They're in a mixed league. The incentive is go get a $100,000 car for 2 days.
Yep.
David, Gary never saw you bowl. I said, watch this, David. He was impressed, David. He saw the way you got to vote.
Somebody else.
All right, now I got this next gentleman sitting with us here. We were watching you eat. See this?
You want the?
This was called the Haugen eating cam. You were sitting there and I was watching you chow.
You're a sick man.
I was spying on you. I want you to know that. And now we have Mike Haugen in here with us.
So this is the real
And,
star. This is the
look
real
who's
star.
Here.
Say hey, you.
Look, there you are.
She's Mrs. Livestream on Tuesday
There
night.
she. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Let's get the camera on her.
This is Reagan Stewart.
That's Reagan
Bradley
Stewart.
He bowls with us
Reagan
here.
is a star. She's
Yep.
on our live stream.
She runs the bowling center on Tuesday night.
She gets hugged by more men. There's more men that pick her up than any woman I've ever seen in my life.
Yep. Say bye. Tell them bye. You do.
All right.
She's mesmerized by herself.
Now I'm going to move over a little bit. Come on next to me a little bit, Garrett.
You got it.
And
You want you want the chair, Mike, or do you want to
Whatever
sit?
you want, man.
I get another chair.
You're
Get another
we're
chair.
going to we got room for one more. I want to get this young champion in here.
I built this
And for
big
those
ass
of you
freezer.
that watched the live PBA telecast today, Flow Bowling, say hello to Michael Haugen, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
And Michael Haugen losing to Walter Ray in his record-setting 15th Senior Tour event. So that's a statistic you really don't want to be known for, but you got to the title match, and that's where you got to be.
Yeah, you know, I've been known for a few statistics in my career. You know, the comeback at the TSC, 53 pins down, come back and win. That's
Yeah.
something that'll probably never be done again.
Yeah.
What people don't remember or may not remember, when Pete beat me and threw his glasses off and says he ain't getting his first one against me, no way.
That was the
the
show that
one.
he screamed against you.
Yes, and that was the show that he won the title to pass his dad for all-time titles.
Wow.
So to have more titles than his dad, so that was
Yeah.
kind of a milestone.
Yeah.
And then, of course, earlier today I had mentioned what you just said to GM Marcano at the Bowler's Journal, that I will be in infamy for being the guy that Walter beat to win the record-breaking 15 titles.
He leads both tours. That's that's from another planet. I didn't dream I'd see this. I've seen a lot. That's what makes it so wonderful. I saw something today, a month before my 72nd birthday, that's historic. A man leading both tours, national and senior. What a record.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's 119th PBA win.
Yeah,
He's a slight overachiever.
I mean, I don't understand it.
I do. He's the best winner the game's ever seen.
But I don't understand how a man could have that intensity literally for 40 years and keep going. The intensity today was the same as 20 years ago. I mean, it's not television, it's not the big tour, but it's still the same intensity.
It's in our blood, bro. You know that.
Yeah.
And, you know, we love to win. We come here to win. The money we win, it helps. But we're not bowling for the money so much anymore. We're bowling for the titles.
I believe that.
And the
I
you know,
believe you're bowling because you love it and you love the
Yeah.
competition.
You're not going to get rich bowling out
You're not
here.
going to get rich. We all know
But
that.
you're bowling because we still want to bowl.
Yeah.
We
I'm not
still
getting
wanna
rich
compete.
doing this, but I love it.
Exactly.
It's just
And
in
it
my
makes a
blood. I
big
got to
difference.
do it.
Yeah, you
You
love
know.
the game and you just want to be around it. And,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, as long as Walter can walk, he's going to bowl. And we'll be right behind him doing the same thing. You know, it's just in our blood.
We loved having you. We can't wait for next year already. It'll rock again here. Robert ain't going to let it go. Once Robert saw what happened here, he's not going to stop. Next year we'll have 300 prime entries. We'll promote for a year. We only had 3 months, and we had about
Yeah,
150.
you'll fill the house easily
we,
next
we
year.
promote for a year, we'll have 300.
Absolutely.
And we'll be able to pop a little money in that prize fund and get it a little higher. I know that'll happen too. I'd love to get it around 15,000. You know, double
would be
up.
beautiful,
I
but-
would love to do. I think we could. I think that this facility, this amount of lanes, this staff, this owner, could put this together with Audi, Oaks Farms.
Yes.
I believe we could do it.
Well, I hope you do.
I know we do.
We
I
like
know
going
you
to
do.
places where,
Oh yeah.
you know, where we want to be, where people want us to be
Well,
at.
you're
And
appreciated.
clearly you
know,
guys want us
you
here.
guys are very well loved here already. You got fans in 3 days that you didn't know. Now they're your fans.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm actually watching my fans bowl their league right now.
Yeah, a lot
You know,
of
I
fans
bowled,
in the league.
I bowled the pro-am with Ray and Mel over there. Ray's bowling right now.
Yeah.
And then
Who's bowling?
Ray Stevens.
Ray Stevens is
Like,
where? What pair?
right over there, 5 and
Oh,
6.
down the low end. I
So
can't
I
get
bowled,
him.
I bowled with Ray.
You bowled with Ray
Or
in
I
the
bowled
pro.
next to him. I think I bowled with Ray. And then his wife Mel. And then somewhere in here I know I bowled with someone else.
Hell, they were even willing to sit out so you could sub for them.
Oh yeah, they were all begging me to sub tonight.
Look at Ron Luchard. Scott Cooper looks like he's got 8 in a row with a chance at a car. He's getting 9 pins. So we're going to stay right here and see. Oh, and look, the leading bowler here has a chance for 300.
Oh, you kiboshed him.
Oh, look at that. Okay. Is that a strike for her? Oh, look at this. Now watch this, folks.
What are we looking at?
Well, she's got a chance for an Audi right here. This young lady here. Watch her score. If it's 300 with handicap in game one or 800,
16.
so he needs 11 in a row to win an Audi. He's getting 9 pins. He's got 8. So he's a triple away. So we're going to stay right here. 2 people could win Audis. Young lady right there. That's a good shot. Come on, flip over hard. No, got it right. Let's see what she gets now.
Still 250 something. 253.
306. She's got an Audi.
She's got 286.
And a 10th frame. She's got 303.
She's got 233 with 50 pins.
Yep.
53 pins. She's 286. 7 spares going to put her in the 290s.
Well,
or 289. She's not going to get it.
I say she's 306. Let's see if I'm right.
Well, maybe if it adds it up right.
I hope I'm right.
You know your
I
scores.
want her to win one. Let's see. What she got? 305. There it is. All right.
Look at that.
That's an Audi, a 2-dayer right there, folks.
Got a winner.
305.
With the handicap, they get it, huh?
On lanes 15 and 16. That's how they do it.
So Larry,
awesome.
the lady right here on 13 and 14 used to live in Tucson,
I
Arizona.
know that. Jennifer Dober.
And I used to give her lessons before she came out here.
She's a native Arizonan.
And there she is.
She went from
right
the
to
dry
sun.
heat to the humid heat.
Heat to heat. Got to stay in the heat, Hoss.
Jennifer's a good bowler.
Yeah, she is.
Very nice person, very well liked. Leon, they're all talking about the Larry kiss. Larry gives kisses of death.
Well,
this
he
show.
actually,
That's
he
sort of
actually
like the
didn't
Flo
give the
Bowling
kiss of
Black
death.
Cloud.
I wasn't calling you today. I wasn't calling your actions. So
All right,
I
all
can't
right.
be blamed for that one.
She, that you didn't give him the kiss of death. They still got 305 over there.
Exactly.
and the person that had the front 8, I thought they were up. They actually weren't up. They're up right
Scott
now.
Cooper
up now.
coming up right now. And if he gets to 11, he gets an Audi. So we've got 2 already possible here, and haven't gone across the house yet. Most in one night 20. We hit one night 20 people on 2-day usages.
So in lane 27, bottom left is spare sheets so far. I don't know how much handicap they get.
Oh yeah, we'll check that out. Let's watch Scott Cooper, the lefty. Good shot here on the house shot left.
Roll it, roll it.
There's that nasty
There's the
7-10.
Larry
The
kiss.
710, Larry,
There's
get the
the
camera off.
Larry kiss, ladies and gentlemen. Haugen saw it. Gary Faulkner saw it.
We got the KOD.
I needed witnesses, ladies and gentlemen. They've seen it for real. Mary Berner's on.
He did it.
Our great tournament director.
Your boy Scott Cooper just gave you this.
Yeah.
Did he
just
really?
gave you
Oh,
this.
yeah,
Did
he
he give me? Oh
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
he gave it to me. Oh jeez,
He knew what was going on.
he knew. Let's go to 27. See what we got there, folks. Now who's that? Well, no, not enough. 78 and 17 is 95.
Yeah,
not enough
not enough.
there. Let's go down the line. See if we got some more Audi wins. Leon Bailey like that. The kiss for Scott Cooper. Any 300s there? Nope. 240. Oh, look. No, not enough. Okay.
They're a little far away, but I don't see anybody, Larry.
No, I don't either, Mike. Now, getting back to your match today against Walter Ray,
I was just getting over it.
you started with a double in the second game. It looks like you're lined up. Then all of a sudden, it disappears. All of a sudden, there's a 2, 4, 8, 10.
That was the third game.
The third game.
Third game, yes. I was
Started
down.
with a double.
I was down by 23,
Yep.
and I knew I needed to get him.
Yep.
It was a big shot for me.
Yep.
I got it touch quick, and I got it going a little right, and it just never read the lane.
Just
It went
never
right through
read. It just went by.
And it was easy to do that this week. You could get it if you didn't get it to the spot like a check, it would go through pretty quick.
Yeah.
I got a little quick. I got amped up. I knew I needed that one. I needed
Yeah.
to make him think about
Yeah.
it. Unfortunately, I threw it pretty bad.
Your analyzation of your shots is fantastic. That's why you're great. You know everything you do. You just repeated it.
Yeah.
That's you're a thinker. How fast do you see it? Immediately do you know?
I knew as soon as I let it go, it was in trouble.
Really?
Yeah.
Just knew
I mean,
immediately.
I threw it. I knew it was quick, and I saw it go, and I was like, well, maybe if I catch the dry, it'll tip and go. And it just went. It kept going, and I knew it missed the window. And I was like, at this point, just get the 10 out so I can have something makeable.
That's why you're great. You have instant analyzation. You know it instantly. Some people don't know that.
Sure.
They never know it. Even on a house shot, they don't know.
Right.
You know it.
Oh, I knew it. Unfortunately.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Is you have the awareness to adjust off it, to understand that just happened.
Right.
And what the remedy is. You got to have a remedy.
Yeah, I just needed to throw it better. I just needed to keep my feet slow. Probably needed to take a few more deep breaths and get my heart rate down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And like I tell people at home, when you're bowling, whether you're bowling to practice or you're bowling for league or you're bowling for a regional title or a tour title or the TFC or whatever, the shot never changes. The object is still knock 10 pins down. When you put a value on the shot, that's where the extra pressure comes in, and I put a little too much value on that shot instead of sticking to the basics.
Interesting. When you put a value on a shot.
Because how many times do you walk up in practice and just walk up and throw the ball?
There's no value.
And you're dead flush. You strike every
Yeah.
shot in practice. The light
Yeah.
comes on the first shot you do.
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
big four. Your
'Cause
ring
the
10.
value changes.
So you change the value of the shot.
Yes.
But if you don't change the value of the shot and just trust the process and throw the shot, you're going to have a better result 9 times out of 10. It's the extra pressure you put on yourself. And that's what makes the great ones great. There's value there, but they are able to calm everything down, slow everything down, and just
Start
focus
again.
on making the shot.
Now, the year you were Senior Bowler of the Year, what year was that? 18 or 17?
2018.
18. And how many tournaments did you win?
I won two that year, and I also had 4 other top 5 finishes that year.
For the top 5.
I think 2 seconds and 2 thirds or something.
Now, you're bowling Pete Weber and Walter Ray pretty much every tournament, right?
That's what. Well, yeah.
In most cases.
You have to go through them.
Yeah. Now we had Barnes in and Couch this year, and Tommy Hess got a few more horses coming in, a few more rookies that missed last year. So the field got a little tougher now.
It's only going to continue to get tougher, but
Oh,
you know,
I
at
know.
the end of the day,
I know.
you want to bowl the best and you want to beat the best because it means more.
I know.
You know?
I know. It's a wonderful feeling to bowl the best.
It is when you're the best in the world that week.
You know, it's wonderful.
It doesn't get much better
What
than
an
that.
honor it is to bowl the best bowlers alive of any generation,
Absolutely.
whether it's the 60s or now.
They should change the name from the PBA 50 and now call it the Hall of Fame Tour.
Well,
You
the only
know, I
reason
wonder
why you
how many
can't
Hall
do
of
that.
Fames you
Because
think
that's what-
entered this week? City, state,
That's what it's turning like into.
PBA, USBC, probably 150 Hall of Fames out there this week. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. Petraglia alone had 9. That's one guy.
Well, yeah.
So then you had Petey, 6 or 7. That's 16.
Sure.
And Walter Ray, 6 or 7, maybe 8. That's
Right,
24. That's 3 people.
Right.
150 is a legitimate number.
I got
Probably.
one.
You're at more Hall of Fames than I am.
You don't have a Hall of Fame?
I am not in any Hall of Fame.
The state of Arizona?
I haven't bowled enough years yet. I think you have to bowl 20 years in Arizona
Yeah.
before you can be eligible. So
Really?
I'm close.
I'm in 6, but I'm on the ballot for my next one.
All right.
My next one will be my greatest Hall of Fame, the Bankruptcy Hall of Fame.
Oh no.
Now let me
Oh,
tell
no.
you how you get in.
I don't even want to know this.
You have to have you have to have been bankrupt twice.
Okay.
And nailed at least 10 banks for 100,000. That's how I got my $1 million.
All right, you're in it.
Yes, the Bankruptcy Hall of Fame for the. I'm at 6.
Yeah.
And I have one coming next year. That's not a Hall of Fame, but it's an award. I was told I was chosen for the Connecticut Gold Key Award. It's given out every year since 1940. The first inductions in 1940 were Bobby Jones and Connie Mack.
Wow.
That's great company to be in.
Muhammad Ali got it.
Yeah.
Barra got it. Rizzuto got it. There's never been a 10-pin bowler to get it, and they're giving it to me. I'll
That's
be
awesome.
the first 10-pin bowler
That's
in
awesome.
82 years. That one's going to be a thrill for me because
That's
of who's
gonna be
in
special,
it.
yes.
Gino Ariem is in it, who coached
Yeah.
UConn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a 10-pin bowler in a Hall of Fame with the Legends of Sports.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
The Announcing Hall of Fame has not called me yet. I'm a little nervous about that one, but
Give him time.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But
Now, getting back to the Arizona State Hall of Fame is
Yes.
a funny story. So, I've won the Arizona State Masters 5 times.
5 times.
I'm the only player to win it 5 times in a row. Or
Yeah.
not 5 times in a row, but 5 times.
Yeah.
I won it 4 years in a row consecutively.
Yeah.
And then they banned us from bowling it. They banned every exempt touring player from
Yeah,
bowling it.
yeah.
So they banned me out
That
from
happened
bowling
to me
it.
in Connecticut
And
50
then-
years ago.
And then I didn't bowl it for a few years, and then I came back in 2020,
Yeah.
the beginning of the year, and I bowled it again, and I won it again.
Oh my God.
So technically, you could say I have 5 in a row.
Now this
And-
question. Oh, go
and-
ahead. I'm
and
sorry.
and at 53 years old, I'm the oldest player to win the Arizona State Masters.
You might win a few more.
And I've got state team titles, state all events titles. Because I haven't met the eligibility for the years required, I'm not in the Hall of Fame.
So you need 20.
I think they say you need 20 years competing
Yeah.
in the state. So I'm pretty close now, but
Now-
ironically, all that, and I'm not in the Hall of Fame.
Now I got a question I know our viewers are going to love. What's it like knowing Jacob and watching Jacob go from a kid to a superstar?
It's been
and I know
special.
you saw it.
It's been special. You could tell that that's all he wants to do is bowl. Loves the game. Gary and I were talking about when we watched the U.S. Open. He's got the best short-term memory out of any bowler I've ever met, which is a wonderful thing because he shakes off defeats and bad breaks
Yeah, yeah.
better than anybody.
Yes.
And when he loses on TV or gets beat on TV, because there's matches he hasn't lost, he's just been beat.
Yep.
He is so gracious to the guy that beat them.
He's unbelievably gracious.
He is. I can't be that nice. I would not be that. I try
would
to
not be that nice.
But how can you lead the U.S. Open by an average of 600 pins for 2 years in a row and be as nice as he was on the show? It was just unreal. I mean, and then to go through what his mom went through, to
Yes.
lose his mother.
Yes.
That could wreck a kid, and he's just using that as motivation and,
He's
and
unbelievable.
working harder.
What a
and-
wonderful man.
I mean, we were talking about it. Chris Vi beats him. Yeah, that stung. Third in the second.
Yeah.
Third time second in the U.S. Open in the last
Yeah.
5 years or 4 years.
Yeah.
It has to sting. And he turns around and goes on Facebook and says, "Hey, how cool is it to bowl with my Team USA doubles partner for the U.S. Open title?" I mean,
Wow.
he's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable.
How
that he does
it's,
that.
It's unbelievable that he has that in him.
Yes.
You can't teach that
No,
either.
you
That's a
can't.
gift from God.
No.
There's something there.
He's special. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I mean, if he stays healthy and he stays motivated and hungry for it, I know it's a long way away, but he very well could catch, Parker, Walter, Rock, all
I
those
agree
guys.
with
He
you.
could.
He's a
he's an
phenom.
unbelievable talent.
He's supposed about watching the 710 that Nair
Yeah.
made.
On the show live, Nair makes a 710. What's the first thing he does? He high fives and he turns around and he's pointing. He's like, "Check this out."
And he takes a selfie.
Yeah.
He takes a
I
selfie
mean,
and then
He
posts
takes a
it up.
selfie
Yes.
of him and Nair.
He took
Yes.
a selfie of him and Nair after
No.
Nair made it, and he put that up after the
Yeah,
telecast
it's
because
just
I got a
crazy.
front row seat.
Well,
Yeah.
Nair's father's a PBA champion.
Yes.
Andy
Yeah.
won
Yes.
at Tropicana
Oh.
in St. Louis. And he was a very good bowler.
Yes, he was.
And he owns a bowling center in Milton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And I believe he has the most sanctioned 300s in the USBC, about 250.
Not sure.
It's either him or Barta. It's either him or
Yeah.
Adam
We,
Barta.
we were talking about that, and I'd seem to think that maybe Adam went past him.
Yeah.
Because I know one time Nair also had the most 800s also.
Yes.
And I know he got passed for that.
Boy, he's got to be jumping for joy. His 18-year-old son makes a U.S. Open telecast
Yeah.
right out of high school.
After being junior gold champion 2 years in a row, or 2 times. He's a 2-time junior gold champion.
Really?
And then he makes the U.S. Open show, and then he makes the 4th televised 710 in
Oh
history.
my God!
I mean,
That's the
just
first one
crazy.
in 30 years, I
Yes.
think, since Mazur.
Yeah.
Or
now-
maybe Stayrook in the 90s, but it's 25 years since somebody
Sure.
made it.
And you pointed out the interesting thing about the
Right.
710.
So I was telling Gary that when Roth made the 710, Roth shot for the 10 pin.
Yes.
When Stayrook and Mazza made the 710, they both shot for the 7 pin.
Yeah.
Nair shot for the 10 pin.
He,
And
I
he made
saw
the 10
that.
pin. He made the 10 pin off the ball back into the pin.
He caught it in the right corner and carried it.
He carried into the pit, hit the ball, bounced up into the
Bounced
pin.
that way.
Unbelievable.
He's a big kid too.
He's big and strong. I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to
big,
mess with
strong
him.
moose. He's a moose.
Yes, he can move us. He can
Yeah.
move all 3 of us.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
Boy, are we lucky.
What do we get to see?
Think about what we've seen.
We get to see in our lifetime.
Yeah, people that don't really know what we've seen, and it's not bragging. It's been amazing for all of us that still love it.
Yeah.
In our own way, we've all seen different things, but it just draws you back over and over. There's a magnet. It's just something there, and if it's still there for me at 72, there's something about it. I am the original bowling alley rat.
Yeah.
Just so you boys know, you're sitting next to the real rat, just for the record. I love it. It's just part of my life.
There's been a lot of stuff that we've been able to watch. One of the best things that I remember seeing was watching Dave Gwindon shoot 300 with a Turbo X fall back
the
at Sam's Town
whole
during
lane,
the
the
Eliminator.
whole lane going to the right.
And his 12th shot, the ball takes out the 10 pin.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
he was fantastic.
And seeing John Masiello jump over the ball return.
Johnny Mass.
And Johnny Mass doesn't jump very well.
I
He
know
jumps
Johnny
over the ball
Mass.
return.
What a group they had. Kazuski, Valerio, Johnny Mass,
Yep.
Gwendon all won those Megabuck events.
Yes,
Well,
they did.
I mean,
Oh,
speaking
yes,
of
they
megabucks,
did.
I think you know someone pretty up close and personal
Yes.
that did very well in a megabuck.
Yeah, he did really good.
Yes, he did. The interesting thing about Michael's Megabuck win, and I know you guys will love this story, I give him $5,000 to go. And he's in the car on the way to the airport with me and his mother Ann, who we lost many years ago. And I happened to be home that week. And he says to me, Dad, what do you want if I win the high roller? From the back seat before he's on the airplane.
Yes.
And I looked in the mirror and I said, what are you, nuts? Just go there and break even. Don't be worrying about me. Go there and break even. Get the $5,000 back, Michael. So he's a little hurt. Right? So
Hey, Brad.
I send him with $5,000. Lo and behold, he goes. He wins. Now we pick him up at the airport. He's got $202,000. I'm talking about my kid. You know that lefty with the game from another planet? Yes. Brad Angelo imitating my son. You got to get in here, brother Brad.
All right, we got to make room for Brad.
We got to get Brad Angelo in here.
I just stopped in.
Well, you can come in here the
I
rest
wanted
of
to
the
get a
story.
good bowl.
We
and
got to
Michael
get
Hogan.
Mr.
Thank you,
Bowl
brother.
U. That's the founder of
Appreciate
Bowl
it.
U.
I just got off the golf course, so I'm a little shaky right now.
That's okay. Great bowling this week.
Yeah, I booked
Mr.
Salvin.
Bowl U with your buddy Haugen, Faulkner,
Michael Bowl, great.
and the Lich.
The Lich Hoss.
The Lich Hoss.
So Mike LICHSTEIN goes like this and then goes. That's what he does.
Something like that.
And then he
We're
was
telling-
starting off the approach too.
We're
He was
telling a
in the
high
settee
roller
getting
story
up
of when he
there.
won. So he wins, he gets home. Now he knows I backed him. So the next night, I don't see him. The next morning, after he's been home a day, me and Ann are eating breakfast, he comes down the stairs. He ain't talking, he's not saying a word. He's eating his food. He won't look at me. Finally, he looks up at me and says, Dad, do I have to pay your house off? He says, remember in the car, Dad, if I win, I'll pay your house off. Well, now he's won $200,000. Now he wants to know if he has to pay my house off.
Right.
So I look at him and I says, Mike, you don't have to pay my house off. Give me my $5,000 back. And wait till the end of the year because you're going to have to pay a bundle of taxes. And once you find out what your taxes are, if you want to give me a gift, you can. So the end of the year, he's made $250,000. So by the time he's done with paying the taxes and his expenses, he's got about $160 net.
Yep.
And he comes home and he's almost crying. He says, Dad, I had to give the IRS $54,000. I mean, he's so upset. I says, you should hope you give him that every year, kid.
Absolutely.
You could give him that every year.
Absolutely.
You go right ahead because you'll net $170.
Yep.
He says, what do you want? I says, give me what you feel you want to give me, and whatever it is, I'll take it. So he gave me $25,000. Handed me a check for $25,000. I remodeled my house with him. Did his room, the whole house. Pretty cool. He out-earned my tour earnings. I won $100,000 in 5 years. He won $200,000 in 7 days. He doubled me in a week in that mega ball.
He told me that story.
Yes, it's true.
He told me that
Kid,
story.
does he still have his bowling pin collection?
He has every collection. He has baseball cards. He has shirts. He lost his snowblower. People got to hear this story. He lost his snowblower 2 years ago. It finally fried after 23 years. So he has to buy a new snowblower. How do you think he got the money?
He sold a baseball card.
He put White Snake Megadeth T-shirts on eBay. Sold 17 T-shirts for $1,700 and bought a snowblower.
Sold his T-shirt collection.
He's got many more.
Yeah.
He's got baseballs. He's got baseball cards. He's got hats. He's got all kinds of collectibles. He's got a bowling ball collection.
Yes.
He has. He's an amazing collector. The car he drives has 300,000 miles on it, and he won't buy another one until it blows up.
Yep.
Smart kid.
Smart kid. And I'm going to see him next month in May.
And he won't touch the money from the high roller. He's still got it sitting in the bank account.
He's got it salted. He won't tell me how much he's got because he knows I'm going to want to borrow.
But he won't touch it. And the best thing is, you know this.
Well, you sponsor him.
But I sponsor Michael.
Michael's. How
And-
long have you been sponsoring my kid?
I don't know. It's been maybe 8, 9, 10 years now. I don't know. It's been a while, you know.
Yeah.
But I grew up. Obviously, I didn't bowl many amateur tournaments. I went pro pretty quick.
Yeah.
But you know, team challenges and stuff. You watch players, and I always like watching Michael bowl with Patrick and the boys and stuff. And when I got to bowl the Masters and some other tournaments, I met your son.
Yeah.
And always very nice and pleasant, you know, as he is. And we just developed kind of a really good rapport.
Yeah.
And he stopped bowling, and I reached out to him one day, and I was like, "Why aren't you bowling?" You know, he's like, you know, Hoss, I don't got the money, the bills, this and that. It's just not that important, blah, blah. And I'm like, "But you love to bowl, Mike."
Yeah.
But he won't reach into that pocket.
No.
He won't touch that
No.
high roller money.
He can't.
To do anything. And so I was like, if you want to bowl, let's get you back out there bowling.
Yeah.
So we sent him some money.
Yeah.
And he started bowling, and he was losing it. He wasn't making any money. He was starting to press.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Michael, just bowl.
Just bowl.
Just relax and bowl.
Yeah.
Because if you don't make this money, we'll give you more.
Yeah.
Not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
I want to see you bowling.
Yeah.
You're too good not to be bowling. You're just too good. And once I told him that, he relaxed. He got all the money back,
Yeah.
of course.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then, you know, he's like, and he's the best. You know, he'll go and he'll bowl a tournament. Sorry, Michael, if you're listening, I'm ratting you out, but you know, this is Pops here. It's good. You know, he'll go out and he'll win. He'll spend $100 to bowl a tournament, and he'll win like 500 or something. And he'll call me up or text me. He'll be like, "Hey, Mike, is it okay if I take a couple snaps, you know, for this and that?" And I'm like, "Take whatever you want, man."
He's like
I
that.
don't care, but he's very respectful.
Oh, yes.
He lost a couple tournaments. He lost a little bit of money, and then he hit one for a couple hundred, 300, 400, whatever. I said, "Just take it." He goes, "Nope, I got to pay back what I lost in the last two."
Oh, yeah, that's the way
And
he
I'm
is.
like, "No, you don't. It's cool, you know."
He's cool.
But,
He's a very traditional person.
He is.
He's
He's
very,
such a good kid. You did very well with him.
Well, I'm lucky. He's all his mother, really. I only gave him two things, his hairstyle and his approach. After that, his mother gave him everything. I mean, I screwed him right from the beginning, just so you understand.
Okay.
Anybody that bowls like that, I'm the reason. Just keep that in mind. You guys would love him. I wanted him to bowl this week. He had a house spot.
I know.
But he didn't show. I would have loved for you to see
You know,
him.
maybe next year I'll get him to come down.
Oh, I'd love for him to come down.
It would be great.
Anyway, it's
one of
got
my-
a lot of views watching now.
One of my things with that, getting back to the Michael story,
Please, go ahead.
is I always wanted to bowl like a USBCs or something with him.
Yes.
And as you know, he's very close to Jordan, and Jordan coaches the ASU team.
Yes.
And so one of the years it worked out to where we were going to be in Vegas, bowling the senior tour. The tour was finishing up. They had a spot at the same time frame we were going to be there. And I said, well, I will go and bowl with you guys under the condition that I get the bowl doubles with Michael.
Oh, so you bowled those?
So I got the bowl doubles with Michael. We didn't bowl that great, but
Yeah.
had a blast. And, you know, it's kind of like, for me, it sounds kind of crazy. It was like a bucket list thing for me because I always wanted to do it with him.
Yeah.
So I was really glad that I got to do
He's
that
wonderful
with him.
to bowl with. You know, I never bowled with him until 2010.
Yeah.
The second game we ever bowled together in the doubles in our lives. I went 258, he went 299. We shot 557 the second game we ever bowled together. We only ended up at about 1280. We didn't bowl good the other two. But in 2011, we were 70 over going into the last game. I got the first 8, he spare 7. And we both shot 266, 532, 1402. We were 38th together.
That's awesome.
And that's our highlight because I was 62 and he was 42 when that happened.
Sure.
And I said to him, Michael, we made a mistake. I said, I should have been bowling with you when I was 40 and you were 20. We gave 20 years away. Because then I could still bowl pretty good.
Sure.
You know,
but
he's
you know,
wonderful.
at the end of the day, you got to bowl doubles with your son.
Oh,
And
yes.
that's something special.
Oh, yes.
That's
yes.
something special.
I got to bowl doubles with my son. I won an eagle with Johnny Petraglia and Mike McGrath and Ernie Schlegel. What could be a better feeling than to bowl with the men you've known all your life and love? My dearest friends, Ernie and Johnny.
Absolutely.
Dear, dear friends.
Absolutely.
Who I met the same day in 1966, in July of 66. Met him the same day in action. And to have John here yesterday and to be with John, I get a little misty-eyed when I'm with John because each time we're together, it brings back so much. And we don't see each other a lot.
Right.
You know. And very lucky, though, because of Robert Eddy. The man does something like this for bowling. I don't think people realize it's more than the bowling. It's the idea that everybody that was here today saw something they'll never forget.
Right.
You know, they might not know Walter Ray or you or Pete or Gary or any of the finalists. They saw something they won't forget. They're bowlers. They saw the best that ever lived.
Yeah.
What a wonderful, wonderful week in Fort Myers. And now over to Lehigh. Now they get you guys.
Yeah.
Back to back to the Southwest Florida Bowling Association for a week of action. Thank God we got proprietors like Chris and Chris Keene and Dennis and Robert that care.
Absolutely.
There he is.
There he is. Hey,
oh,
Chris.
there she is. Hello.
How you doing?
How are you? Nice to see you. I didn't realize Johnny's wife was here. Check her out. I remember when they were dating before they were married.
Yeah.
I see her as a young girl. 20, 19, 20. Like it was yesterday. All right, we're going to check scores now, everybody. Don't mind us. We're reminiscing.
Okay, right in front of us.
Stover's got the front 5.
Right in front of us. Right in front of us.
17.
I see on lane 17, possible 280 with 29 pins of handicap.
Oh, we got to take a look at that now. Okay, so now we know we got action here on 17.
And you said Stouffer's got the front 5.
Stover's got the front 5 over on 23.
Is that Stouffer or is that someone else?
No, that's Stover on 23. DA?
Now, I don't know if I asked you this the other day. Who was your idols growing up as a young boy when you watched Chris Schenkel and Nelson Burton?
Oh, well, you know, when it was bowling, it was back to, you know, watching Earl, you know, the big 3, Earl, Marshall, and Roth.
And Mark.
And then also, I remember watching Johnny.
Yes.
You know, Larry Lobb, Steve Neff.
Yeah.
You know, Gil Sliker.
What a crew you saw. How about you, Mike?
Steve Wunderlich.
Steve,
love
what a
watching.
shot maker he was.
I love
Wunderlich
watching.
was like Ozio. Such a classic style.
Oh, could he play?
Yeah, so my favorites, clearly Earl, you know, the best shot maker we may ever see in the game of bowling.
Yeah.
And then obviously Roth for the intensity and how could a guy be lost for 8 frames and still have a chance to win and make big moves on the lane and just strike out in the 10th and win tournaments. I mean, and then of course, God, you could never forget when he won with the purple pink quantum after not winning for all those years when he beat Walter and Traber and whoever he beat for the title.
Up in Toronto.
Up in Markham, Toronto.
He was remarkable. My first time I saw him, you guys got to hear this story. It's very unique and very different.
Stover's going for his 6th one right now on 23.
Let's watch Stolfer throw a ball on 23.
His shot in the 5th frame was a sick messenger. I watched it while you guys were talking. It was just
Watch
nuts.
how pure he gets through it. At 39, he is fantastic. He won that $5,000 scratch event, beat Couch a month ago, and then went on to win.
You got away with that one. Got away with that one.
It's Madison Square Garden, March of '70. I just signed my AMF contract. with Dick Weber and Dick Ricker and Wayne Zahn and Tommy Tuttle watching me sign it at the Pennsylvania Hotel across the street from Madison Square Garden in Manhattan. Now there's a press luncheon across the street in the garden, and everybody's coming across. They're taking pictures. Here's this goofy-looking kid bowling down around 9 and 10. I'm around 15, 16, and I'm talking to some newspaper people. And the Metropolitan New York bowling writers were there to award the Metropolitan Bowler of the Year in New York City. Big award.
Okay.
Petraglia gets the award.
Okay.
And I hear this, my back is to the pins, and I hear this ball hit. I never heard the sound. And I turn around and there's this kid, and he's got a t-shirt on with a black spot on it, and he's up there like this. He's throwing a Brunswick Black Diamond, and I watch him throw the ball, and I look twice, and I hear the sound again, and he gives me this smile. It's Mark Roth. He's 18. Now, I don't ever see him again. I bowl. I don't bowl good. I leave. I go home. That fall, there's a tournament in Huntington, Long Island at Century Lanes.
All right, Sprite, Gary Coke.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks, David.
At Century Lanes, 2,500 for first. I bowl a squat. I lead it. I shoot 11.68. There's no guarantee for second. Now the last squad comes in, and I see this goofy kid. There he is. And he's throwing a black diamond. There he is. And he's falling back to fourth arrow, and he shoots 12.30 for 5. And he knocks me out, and I congratulate him. And he says, I saw you at the Garden. Yeah, I saw you, Larry. I know who you are. I'm Mark Roth. I says, you're unbelievable. I think second place was like 500. But I watched this kid falling back with a rubber ball. Then, of course, he joins the tour. He's kind of wild in 72, but he makes TV
Anything, Larry?
No, I'm good, David.
Yeah.
He makes TV in the 72 World Open or Milwaukee, and he's 10 boards deeper than any right-hander in the field with a rubber ball. There's nobody as deep as Roth. Nobody can get in there. That's how heavy. And I remember thinking to myself, and this is before he's great, I remember thinking to myself, if this kid can do this and learn a little bit, where would he be?
Sure.
And it takes him 3 more years to win. He wins in Kansas City. I was there that day when he shot 299 against Steve Jones, who shot 268, I believe, or 248, big game. And from then on, the next 12 years, it was an onslaught. And if Anthony isn't there, or Holman isn't there, who knows what he wins? He had to bowl Anthony and Holman, and of course Walter Ray later in Albany in his career.
Sure.
But it was what a bowler.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a bowler!
One of the best I've ever seen.
Steve Jones was great. He ended up living in Maryland.
Yes, he's in Maryland. He actually drove down to my shop a few years ago.
What a bowler!
And we were working on his span.
Oh yes, Steve Jones
having
was
some hand
fantastic. He
problems.
worked for Otis Elevator in his
Yep.
life later in his life. A dear friend of mine.
Yep. Because
Boy, we're lucky. Listen to what we're talking about.
So I met Roth in the Showboat before they tore the Showboat down.
Yep.
And you remember the Showboat? We always bowled 3 8-game blocks.
Yes.
And then they
The
had
national format.
And then you had a cut, and you bowled 8 more. Then you went top 24.
Yep.
Well, usually there's 3 or 4 in a pair. They were doing 3 in a pair that week. For some reason, Roth and I are the only 2 on the pair. Now, I've never met Mark Roth.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone knows who he is.
Yeah.
And I walk up to him and I said, "Hey, Mr. Roth, I'm Michael. Nice to meet you." And he looks at me and he goes, "Listen, kid, I don't do the handsy-pansy BS and high-fiving after every shot.
Yeah.
And I don't talk a whole lot.
Yeah.
Bowl when it's your turn and stay out of my way and we'll get along just fine."
That's what he said to you?
And I said, "Yes, sir, Mr.
Bowl
Roth.
when it's your turn, stay
Okay?
out of my way, and
I
we'll
said,
do just fine."
I said, "Yes, sir, Mr. Roth."
Wow.
Okay. So we bowled the first 2 days, nothing's going on. We're bowling the last day, nothing's going on.
Yeah.
With a game to go, I said, "Okay, Mark, I'll bowl you for a coffee." He goes, I drink it black. I said, okay. And he kicks my ass, of course. Just destroys me, right?
Yeah.
So I come up and I show up and I give him his coffee, and he's like, "Thank you, sir." You know, got the grin on his face, probably the same grin he gave you.
Yeah.
Okay, gives me the grin.
Remarkable.
I don't see him for a while, but obviously I know who he is.
Yeah.
Flash forward to 2001. He's on the end of his career on the regular tour.
Yeah.
And he's bowling and stuff. He made the match play at the Villages that year.
Yeah.
One of his last match plays he made. I got to know him a little bit. I got the last part of his swing. I got to know him a little bit.
Yeah.
Every week we'd come to bowl. I'd always bring him a cup of coffee. He'd just smile. I go, "That's my boy," you know. And
boy, he changed the game, like Belmonte.
Sure.
Those are the two that changed the game the most in the world.
Absolutely.
Brought the power
biggest
game,
change.
and then Belmonte the two-handed game.
Lane 17, we got the 300 alert.
Well, let's go to lane
He's
17
coming
and
up.
watch somebody try to win a car now, folks.
He's coming up. He
he's
still
coming up in
needs.
the ninth
He
frame.
still needs the next
That's
four, but
Jamar
he can
Battle.
do it.
Jamar
But
Battle's
he
a
can do
good
it.
bowler. He can definitely do it. He's got a shot.
So touching on Mark a little bit more, Larry.
Yeah.
So I got to know him towards the end of his career of the regular tour,
Yeah.
and you know, pretty decent. And then I bowled his tournament, the namesake his tournament, and good shot, slaps the 10.
That's Jamar. He bowls good.
So
Jamar Battle.
I'm bowling his tournament, and this is the year that they're showing the team bowling on TV.
Yeah.
So they're only showing top 2 instead of top 5 on the show.
Yeah.
So it's me and Scott North. And he comes up to me and he says, "Michael, win my tournament. I want you to win my tournament." The day before I'm getting ready to bowl a tournament, right?
Yeah.
You talk about pressure.
He asked you to win his
He
tournament.
said, "Win this tournament. I want you to win my tournament."
Wow.
And okay, he's your idol, number 1. Number 2, he's coming down, and he's had the strokes and whatever. He's using the cane to walk.
Yeah.
He's in the building. He's present to watch his namesake tournament bowl.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough to win it.
You
and then
won it with Roth behind
I won
you.
Roth's tournament with him watching me.
Whoa.
And then I get to take a picture with him.
Tell me that. Tell me you'll savor that for your life.
Still have the
That's
picture.
a lifer right there.
Unbelievable.
Now I'm going to tell you
What a
something
moment.
similar.
What a moment.
My only win, Don Carter sat in the audience. But here's the best part. Not only did I win with Carter in the audience, but the ball I used was a Dick Weber 5-star. My 2 favorite bowlers were Don Carter and Dick Weber.
Yeah.
So I'm using a ball with his name on it.
Sure.
And well, every time I would see Carter, you know, he'd smile and say, "Litchi, I saw you win." I said, "I know. I watched you win a lot too when I was a little boy," and we would laugh.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life.
Sure.
They don't take that away.
Right. They can't ever take it away.
That's the gift, you know.
Yeah.
Like the money always goes. You always spend the money.
We can spend the money right
but
away.
they can't take that away. It is impossible to take
Right.
it. And wonderful memories.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, we're blessed when you really think about it. Here we are. You're from Phoenix. I'm from Connecticut. It's a man from New York and Norfolk, and here we are reminiscing and talking about our lives.
Yeah.
Pretty lucky men, you know that?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
To have this gift the PBA gave us.
Hey, I got a question for you, Larry. So Johnny Petraglia has won in 6 decades,
Yes.
maybe 7. I don't know how many it is.
Yes.
He's got a ball named after him.
Yes.
Has he ever won with his own ball?
Yes, he won the 1977 U.S. Open with a LT48, and the serial number was JLF100.
Get out.
Drilled by Liche
Get
in
out.
the old bus with a half thumb and a half negative, and I didn't have the Paddock app, but I could have used it.
Get
Anyways,
out.
true story. He bowled great with negative thumb because you can spin it. And he threw it hard enough that it would never roll up on a thumb hole. Now, somebody like Sutar with negative thumb, it would come right up. Because he was right up. Houston, it would come right up. They were like this. Traglia was, he was down here a little. Anyways, he beat Bill Spigner, who was best of friends.
Spigner was a good
And
bowler,
Spigner's
too.
great.
Oh.
And JLF 100 was in the USBC Hall of Fame in St. Louis on the ball display. Then when they moved it to Dallas, all those balls got put away. But that ball is in the Hall of Fame somewhere in Arlington in a box.
So he has one with his own namesake ball.
Own namesake. I drilled it for him that week for the start of match play. JLF 100.
So as far as I know, he
Stolfer.
is the only player to win a PBA tournament
With
with his
name?
own namesake ball.
Now, you got to give me a minute. I don't believe. I think Dick Weber won with the 5-star.
Okay.
71 and 73 in Toledo against Norm Myers with
Okay.
the 5-star.
Okay.
Now
Stouffer's got the front 8. He's up coming for number 9.
we're gonna watch Stolfer. We're gonna watch Jamar battle. Stolfer's what lanes?
Stolfer will be
23
on
and
24.
Did Tommy Hudson ever win with his ball?
I don't believe he did.
That ball there. We should have used that ball to drop on Iran when they took our. That was the supreme boat anchor of all time. That thing had a water core in it. It hit like a ping pong. It was the worst core I've ever seen. The bit would go poof, right in. It was so soft it came out like butter in the shavings. It was
Did it
nothing.
really?
Oh yeah, it hit like a ping pong ball, and it sounded it. It sounded hollow when it hit.
Dead flush.
Oh, we got a 9-bagger.
Dead flush.
Got a 9-bagger.
And he's pointing at us, Larry.
Yeah, look at
He's
that.
pointing at us.
Oh, he's pointing.
Yeah.
He's like Ruth. He's calling his shot.
What number was Tommy's ball? LT what?
LT
57, 51.
Now, let me tell you how, why the,
51.
the LT-48 was invented by Brunswick engineer Lou Trier. When he was 48, and 3 years later, he gave it the 51 when he was 51.
All right.
Yeah, true story. Lou Trier, I met Louis Trier.
Now we've got our 300 coming up on 18.
Well, he could shoot 280, but with his
Yeah,
handicap,
with
he
his
can get
handicap,
over 300.
Now, in your case, knowing Mo,
Uh-huh.
what do you think Mo did for the world of bowling? If you were going to put it into a short, 30 or 40 word definition, what did he do for us in the world of bowling?
Mo advanced bowling ball dynamics to a point where nobody thought it would ever go.
Advanced it to a point where nobody thought it would ever go.
Nobody
And it
ever,
touched the world.
nobody ever thought core shapes were going to be anything.
And it touched the world.
Oh yeah, it did.
So he advanced something that touched the bowling world around the world.
Mo has done something that
Mo.
even when bowling is done and nobody bowls anymore,
Yeah.
and people are looking through on whatever data device they have,
Yeah.
they will look it up and go, my God, look at what this guy was doing with bowling balls.
I found him remarkable when I first met him. I also found him very weird. And he came into my bus, 75, 76, and I listened to him and I said, there's something wrong with him. Little did I know. Little did I know. I mean, he just sounded like he was from another planet. Little did anybody know.
He might have been from another planet. We don't know.
But he was remarkable. He is thought of and loved so much since his passing that people can't stop talking about him when they realize how unique he was. He was an eccentric man by far. Still, the fact that he loved doing that, traveling in that car with 400,000 miles on it and doing seminars everywhere.
Yep.
Gary and I were talking about it.
Hey, how are you, Ginger?
He was obviously with Mo Rich for a while, and then
Yes.
he became with Radical.
Yes.
But Mo didn't care what staff you belonged to, where you bowled, how you bowled. If you had a question and wanted help, Mo would help you.
I know that.
He was just such a great guy.
Yeah, he wasn't a label guy. He was a bowler.
Yes.
And he was a good bowler. Mo bowled PBA events when I first met him. He bowled the events in Syracuse. He's a lefty. And a good bowler. He threw it good.
And if you ever saw Mo finish at the line, Mo always told you that there were no flamingos in bowling. But if you watched Mo bowl, Mo was the flamingo in bowling. That's what he looked like. I was always amazed at how fast Mo's mind worked.
Oh, it's incredible.
It was just literally it was a human computer, just supercomputer.
Yeah, he
Not to
caught.
interrupt you guys real quick.
Yeah.
The bottom right on lane 4 seems to have a bunch
Oh,
of
they got a
stripes.
big string down on lane 4.
No cameras.
No cameras.
No cameras. No, we're watching. No cameras.
PWBA Hall of Famer.
You might want to come up here and sit with us. In the chat of the chats.
Chrissy was the 1994 PWBA Rookie.
How are you doing?
Really?
Ricky
A little
Ward
tired, but
with
okay,
Chrissy Stewart.
I bowled 12. That wasn't the problem. It was just the mental part of it. The fact that I finished second. That always stings a little. But he bowled well. He deserved it.
At 50. That was her granddaughter, the little girl.
Oh.
So yeah, the granddaughter's a celebrity of a celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
190,
Nice.
259, 20 something. I bowled like 6.
Now we're going to watch Dave Stolfer, folks. I'm reminiscing with Gary Faulkner of Norfolk, Virginia, with Mike Haugen, who finished second today to Walter Ray. Gary also made the match play
It's
here.
hard to follow it online.
And
Top 24 finish, which was nice coming off my knee surgery.
It's nice.
Loved it.
Nice
we're
way
gonna
to
bowl the
start.
regional at Lehigh first, and then we're
And
bust
they're
over
going to
to
hang around and bowl the regional a few days in Lehigh.
I'm sorry.
So the boys, where they go when they're hanging around, they stay in the bowling center. They just got done bowling in, and it just so happens we live stream. So I have these great guests with me. Mike Haugen now talking to Chrissy Stewart.
Thank you very much. Good seeing you too. All right, okay, you got it.
And now we're going to watch David Stolfer for probably his 7th or 8th 300 this year. David's been here since 8 o'clock this morning when match play started, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Didn't take a break. Now he's in the league, going to shoot
I
300.
think you spent the night in the office. I'm not sure.
He might have. He might
Never
have.
know.
He might have spent it in the office.
Well, he looked too good in the morning to be spending the night in the office, but he might have. He's not even. This is how unfocused he is about his 300 game. He's in the middle of a conversation with somebody else right here on the concourse, and he's up for his 10th frame for 300.
Let's look for 300s in the interim, folks, and see if we can find something on the score sheets where we have a chance.
What's right there?
Lane 9.
With how many pins handicap?
Leadoff bowler.
It looks like a lot.
Oh,
Looks
that
like
is
60.
a lot.
That'll-
Oh my God, that's a lot of handicap.
It looks like 60.
We'll come back. They're not ready to bowl. Let's see if there's any others.
David's getting ready to bowl. While David's getting ready to bowl in lane 28, we got a spare 5-bagger. I don't know how many pins they're getting.
They're getting 20. They don't have they do have enough.
Not many.
They can go out for 290 here.
That would be enough,
No,
though.
not enough there, but they are there. It is in the wood there on 28. Okay.
All right, David's coming up right now.
Oh, that's Carissa Robeson. Watch Carissa throw the ball. She's
we got
great.
a-
Watch Carissa.
Oh, I have seen her throw it, yeah.
Oh, yes, Carissa can bowl. And we'll go back to David. As soon as Carissa makes his shot, watch her game. How's that? Pretty good there, huh? Oh, yeah.
All right, we didn't jinx her.
No, all right, now Stolfer in a tent. Needs them all for a car. Needs a triple
Well, that's
for
right.
an Audi.
He gets the 0 sticks.
Yeah, he's got to do it the hard way.
Oh, yeah, got that one.
He's not even looking.
No.
He's not even looking.
He's serious now.
Now he's focused.
The only thing he's thinking right now is they better not black cloud
Now,
me.
David Forbes liked my Bankruptcy Hall of Fame remark. Thank you, David. Yes, I'm on the ballot this year. The general
liked-
manager of Audi of Fort Myers, Dave Forbes.
Oh, Dave,
Yes.
tell Mr. Dave Forbes, thank you very much for his
I'm
sponsorship.
sitting with Mike Haugen
You just did.
and Gary Faulkner, David. 2 horses. 2 senior tour horses. All right, here we go. Stolfer for 11.
Oh yeah,
Oh, flower pot.
little shredder.
Flower
Give us a little
pot's
smirky
the
grin
rack.
there.
There he is.
He gave us a smirky
Saying, I
grin.
love free Audis.
The 45,
Oh, I love
the
Audis.
45-foot wink of the right eye. There is what he gave us.
That was almost the shred the rack 6-pin.
It was almost a 6-pin.
And here we go now. Stolfer for a 2-day ride. And we'll go down the line, check the scores after he makes this shot. Lisa Michelle on from Mobile, Alabama. Hello, Lisa Michelle, Larry Stella. And here we go.
Geez, Larry, you almost need someone here reading the names as they come through. It comes through so fast.
I get a lot of chatters. Here we go for 300. Dave Stolfer always to the right. It's got to hurry.
And he gets
There
away
it
with
is. There it
it. And he
is.
gets away with it.
Dave Stolfer getting hugged by House Brown. The house. How can he be here all day and throw 300? That ain't that easy. There he is.
And the kid is clapping.
Getting hugged by a bunch of friends.
Oh. He had a string going and then just left the attempt. I think he shot 299.
Is it 299?
I think that's 299 on lane 4.
Oh, is that Stewart?
Yeah.
It was Stewart.
It was Eminem.
Yeah.
That's what we do here.
Yeah, baby.
Hey. We were talking about you.
I told you I'd give you one.
We were
saw
hoping we didn't black cloud you.
Thanks, baby.
You
No
get
chance.
through, man.
What's
You
going
get
on?
Richie's
through.
the black cloud of all black clouds, I promise you.
Put on a show for these horses here.
Give him a little something.
So you're our host.
I told him they're lucky I'm not 50.
You wouldn't be throwing it like that if you were 50.
Get in the picture a little. Come here. How many 300s this year is that?
That was 82.
But this year,
For this
8,
year.
7, 8?
No, this year, and this one?
Yeah.
Oh, God. 7.
7.
7.
Been here since this morning, 7 o'clock?
6:50.
I told him you showered here. I told him you spent the night in the office.
That's
We got
crazy.
one. We got
That's
one in
right.
the back. We
That's
got a
right.
shower in the back.
That's crazy.
We got a shower in the back.
Nice
I'm
bowling,
glad to
man.
have you guys here.
Thank you. Thanks again for having
Thanks
us.
for chilling with Larry.
All right, we're going to see now if we have any other shots here, folks.
Yeah, lane 27.
At 327, here we go.
We still have
Oh,
27.
we got
lane
Carissa
27,
Rupp.
yeah.
She's got it in the wood.
Now I'm going to assume Stewart gets no pins either.
Huh?
Stewart gets no pins?
Chrissy?
No, the gentleman Stewart over
Oh,
there.
Brad Stewart. That's
Yeah,
her son.
Because I think.
That's Chrissy's son, the lady you were just
Oh yeah,
talking-
yeah.
That's her son.
I think he just bowled
You
299.
just think he shot 299.
He might get. I think he might be getting 3 or 4 pins. Did you get 300? 300? Let's see. He might be getting 3 or 4 pins.
All right.
Did you get 300?
How many pins you get? 7?
Oh,
Yeah.
He got it
306.
done.
He got it.
Brad
He got
Stewart.
the Audi. Yeah, he
Brad
did.
Stewart with a car, 306.
I thought it was Greek church the last shot. It went lower 10. Like high flush lower 10.
Yeah.
I thought it was Greek church.
He just turned PBA member a month ago.
Good. Congratulations.
Yeah, a month or 2 months ago.
Good.
2 months
Thank
ago.
you. I cashed in my first reason was a member too.
Good.
Nice.
And didn't do shit in the PT.
That's all right. It happens.
Minus 220 the PT.
You'll have more bad ones than good ones, sir.
Oh, yeah, you will. The learning curve is pretty steep.
Now, how many lanes in your house?
60.
You got a. That's got to be the biggest
Monster.
house in Virginia.
Well, it's the biggest house probably within.
You're in a monster.
My
Good
God.
for you. Well, that's-
I couldn't even tell you how many miles.
how many league bowlers? 1,500.
Right now, no, but
But a good amount. Over 1,000.
Yeah, good amount.
Oh,
You know,
fantastic. Norfolk.
We had a
Yeah.
league on Saturday that started at 6:00 in the evening.
Wow.
It was a 5-person mixed league, and they took up the whole house. We had 60 teams, and
Wow.
it's been that way for over 25 years.
Wow. On a Saturday.
At
Never heard of
6 o'clock.
Saturday leagues.
At 6 o'clock.
Okay, we're going to watch Carissa Robson here, folks, and we're going to go down to 41-2. Let's watch Carissa keep the string alive. Watch her bowl. She's a good bowler. 220.
She gets through it nice.
Oh, she gets through it. Her mother bowls in this league.
Oh, we jinxed her.
There it is.
There's the black
The
cloud.
Litchi Kiss, ladies and gentlemen. You saw it firsthand live here.
We've now seen it twice.
Now let's see.
Strikes again.
String on 41.
No, they did. They had the first 7.
Oh, there
and
they
they
are.
opened.
Open.
Okay, so we're looking for 300s in game 2. We know of 2 so far, 3. Stolfer, Brad Stewart, and Ala will bowl 305. Watch Ice Martinez throwing plastic. Check him out.
Who?
Right here, Ice Martinez throws plastic here.
Where is he?
Thumbless. There's Tuesday Tyler with 9 300s in this house.
Oh, okay.
Watch him, two-hander. The identical to Sean Maldonado. Watch the game, you think they're twins. Watch.
Tuesday, Tyler.
Tuesday Tyler. Now watch Tuesday Tyler, what he does. You swear you're watching Maldonado. Watch the last step.
The little hop.
The hop. The same thing. The
Does he put his
hop.
thumb in the ball?
No thumb.
That's the difference. Maldonado puts his thumb in the ball.
His ball.
Although he may pull it out on some too.
Whoa.
But Maldo had his thumb in there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won here, February.
And then he went on tour. Yeah.
Then he went on
Yeah.
tour and won. He had a great month. He had
Yeah.
a great month here.
Hard to argue that.
You know, the gentleman before that was before Tyler Tuesday, the lefty throwing plastic.
Yeah, Ice
He's pulling
Martinez.
he's pulling a page out of Johnny P. Jr.'s book, throwing the plastic with no thumb.
Ice Martinez had 780s with the Black Widow spare ball plastic and uses a Pepsi ball. That's a Pepsi Visiball for the 7-pin. And that might be urethane. He might be throwing that tonight. It's an old urethane ball. But he leans on it. See this boy right here, Mike?
Yeah.
That's my son.
That's your kid?
That's Larry.
Really? Okay. Huh?
He doesn't talk to me.
He doesn't talk to you.
No.
And that's your boy?
Yeah. A little different between him and Michael.
I guess so. He won't talk to you at all.
He works here. He sets this
And
up.
you've tried and he won't talk to you. That's a shame.
One of them deals is something that hard to explain. That was a boy from my second wife, Kathleen. Larry's 23, Mike's 52. He talks to Mike though.
Oh, he talks to Michael but won't talk to you.
No.
Go
Who
figure.
knew? Who knew I'd be this lucky?
How's it going, Ray?
Hey Ray, you got fans here, Ray. You got fans.
5 to 36.
How many pins you get?
17.
Oh, not enough.
No 300.
I need to see 3. I want you driving the car, Ray. So Ray's a sponsor of this league, right?
No,
Or-
Ray
or
sponsors
the 9-pin
our
thingy.
9-pin no tap.
Yeah.
He's 500 the last 4 months this week.
Hey, there's Audi. There's the Audi man.
Oh, there's David Forbes. Check him out.
There he
There
is.
Look at him. Look at him.
There he is.
Guess who gets another Audi?
Oh, yeah.
You know he's bored.
That's Crick. Come in here with us.
He's all day.
Come on in here. Let's get this wonderful man in here.
You know, before Larry starts in, I got to tell you something. So, remember earlier I asked you about if you were on Twitter and Facebook, and you said yes, and you gave me your card and everything. I busted my boy's chops, and I said, I was over there talking to him, trying to talk him into treating me like the LPGA and the PGA and get me an Audi next time I'm down on here for the tour. I didn't know you did it for reals. I didn't know you gave them away for reals.
Yeah, for real.
I bought a 300 this week.
Yeah.
Do I get an Audi when I come back?
If you bowl on Tuesday night, you would.
Damn. It is just Tuesday night. I did bowl Tuesday night.
No, not
I didn't bowl
this
your Tuesday night league.
Mixed league, just saying.
No, I got Dave Forbes in the booth with Gary and Mike now.
I love the story.
David
I
Forbes.
love the story.
David
Yeah.
Forbes gave $5,000 to Johnny for Johnny's charity.
Yeah, awesome.
$5,000 to our Pro-Am, and then $5,000 to the PBA, and 200 Audis, and $1,000 to Stu Williams for shooting 300.
Yeah, that was awesome for
And,
Stu. Yeah, that was awesome. He was so happy. I didn't make it here to give him the money, so Mr. Hetty gave him the money, and I was going to give him again because I'm thinking, geez, he hasn't got it yet,
Yeah.
and he's already got it, so it was just funny. He was such a nice guy.
What a sponsor, huh, guys?
We need more like that, obviously.
I mean,
it's
it's,
great.
Definitely.
It's
You know,
great.
David's story is unique because as a little boy, his father ran an American Legion League
Yeah.
in Jamestown,
I
New
went
York,
to
and he went with his
leagues
father
two
and
times
won
a
it.
Jamestown, New York.
And he wanted to sponsor leagues later in his life because his father did embolden him. And when he had the opportunity, he came in here to do it.
So in all seriousness, so between Dave Forbes and Robert Eddy,
Yeah.
we owe them much praise
Oh, yes.
to what they've done for
Unbelievable.
us in this week.
Unbelievable praise. The bowling world is blessed
Yeah,
to have David Forbes and Robert Eddy involved, and you guys here as our guests.
yeah.
But they-
Thank you guys for joining
But
us.
they're the ones who inspired it. That's what's it, right? So when I'm a kid and I'm sitting home on Saturday afternoon,
Yeah.
and I'm watching the guys that you're talking about, Roth. You
Yeah.
were just talking about Roth. and
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I remember him making the 710. I remember all of that.
Yeah, there
You know,
we
that's
go.
what made me happy, right? That's what made me love love the game, and then watch my dad bowl and watch his friends bowl, go to all these Legion tournaments and VFW tournaments, and come here, and I'm like, I want it to be fun. This is fun. These people have fun bowling. Saturday was so much fun. In their
Saturday
pro-am.
was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
We live streamed a pro-am. I'm not sure we're probably the only live stream that's ever done a PBA pro-am.
Oh, it was so
Think
much
about
fun.
It does happen. Not pro-am.
It'd be kind of cool to find out.
And then,
Yeah.
I got to bowl with him. I got to bowl with Parker. And it's amazing. I got to meet Pete Weber. Never thought I'd meet Pete Weber my whole life. I'm about to meet Johnny. Johnny tried his wife was here.
No, not Johnny's. Bobby
No, John
Learns.
Weber's wife was here.
John Weber.
John Weber's wife.
John Weber's
That's
wife
what you're talking
was
about.
here.
John Weber.
Bobby Learns' wife was here. Leto's wife was here.
Yeah, and it's something
Mika's
that-
wife was here.
It's something that I've talked with you about, and we talked with Larry about. Like Larry's got to see the atmosphere outside of here. I go bowl with these guys out here, and then
You don't care.
when we
He just
get to
rolled
bring it
300.
here at home to have you guys here, it's cool to give our locals what it's actually like to be
Our
in that little
locals got a heck
atmosphere.
of a
But
show here
with
for
these
3 years.
guys, you guys, it's a family out there. When you guys go bowl, it's a family out there, and to explain it to the people here at home, it's cool that we get to show it here at home. So that's why we appreciate you guys being here.
Well, we're very grateful that you guys put this together, gave us something to bowl, and not only did you give us something to bowl, but you got a pretty successful short time to get ready for a pro-am. You did very well with that. You got great sponsorship, got the community
140
involved.
entries in a pro-am with
And
3 months' notice.
When we
That's
were
a
bowling,
monster.
when I was bowling for the title today, there was more than just husbands and wives and
Oh,
bowlers.
yeah.
And there was people here watching, and that's what we
We
need.
had a
And
good crowd at Tuesday
that comes
at 4
from
o'clock.
the work you guys have done. It comes from the work Larry does, live streaming and promoting the game. And you're talking about what we do and we inspire, but we get inspired when we see communities step up and
definitely.
actually want the tour
Of
to come
course.
in.
Yeah, when you're
And of
striking
course,
and people
what
are
Larry
cheering
does,
for you.
it goes all the way around. It's full circle.
I was telling
We
the
can't do
guys-
it without you guys. You guys won't want to do it without us.
Absolutely.
It's a win-win for
So
everybody.
much fun. It was so much fun
Thank
to
you.
watch Pete bowl in front of people. I could see how much he enjoyed bowling in front of the
Oh,
crowd again.
yes.
When Pete was bowling,
Yes.
he had the front 11 there, and he unfortunately left that 610, but it's just like, or 710. But it was just amazing to watch him and how happy he was, and
Right.
the crowd was going crazy for him, and I could just see it in him. That he loved it.
Here's a
That's so much
stat
fun.
that you guys you're gonna love this stat. The PBA has spent 6 weeks in Florida with tournaments. Every show before they went to Reno,
Yeah.
tournament, the non-champions event here, right? Then 5 tournaments in Tampa is 6. Then the tournament of champions, right? And then the World Series of
World
Bowling.
Series.
World Series over there in
And
Jupiter.
then here today with the senior tour, and Chris Keen's tomorrow. You start, and then the villages, and then
Clearwater.
Clearwater. And you go, wait a minute now.
And they had a bunch to start.
Florida's
in
making
Jupiter.
noise.
And
In
Jupiter,
they had a bunch
So
of-
when you think about it, you go, now wait a minute. Wait a minute. What in Florida? What just happened here in Florida? Really, since the beginning of March, it's a scary number. And thank God we were lucky enough to do it.
And
Because a lot of parts of the country can't do this. Our
Exactly.
weather, our the way the COVID is going, but we were able to keep the tour going. The state of Florida kept the tour going.
yeah, it did. It definitely sustained us for sure.
No doubt.
For sure.
And I'm honored to be part of it. I started thinking about it. I said, what would have happened if this didn't exist? Where would they go? There's nowhere to go.
Right.
Thank God.
I've had tournaments, Robert's willingness to run those tournaments, and then we get Doherty down here, and we
Oh.
get Walter Ray down here,
Oh, yeah.
and we get, all these people showing up for our Saturday afternoon tournament.
Sure.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Andrew Nair bowled here.
Yeah, that's correct.
And finished second or third in the Open.
Yep.
Andrew Nair was here. Buttriff was here. Don Barrett was here. Chris Barnes was here. Stu Williams was here. Sean Maldonado, Tom Doherty, Mike Haugen, Walter Ray Williams.
Pretty good.
And the list goes on and on and on.
And most of the people were here before we had the big tournament. Like they were just here trying to tune up and get back to bowling and trying to get used to it again. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
If we had Duke and Barnes, we'd have had the Royal Sweep.
Yeah.
We'd have had them all.
Barnes bowled great this week,
every
so.
eligible superstar would have been here.
He bowled really well.
Yes, he did. What he did against those kids was pretty impressive.
It's fun, to watch these people get to 300 and they call me all excited, because they won their car for the weekend. That's so much fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Does Walter Ray, do you believe Walter Ray intimidates everybody?
Do I believe he intimidates everybody?
Yes.
I don't know if. I mean,
Not intentionally.
he's not going to physically intimidate you,
no.
okay? But when you bowl Walter Ray,
Yeah.
you better not make any mistakes.
Yeah.
Because if you do,
You're going to get a 10-bagger.
you know that you're gonna be looking at the back of his shirt as he's walking away from you.
I think he doesn't try to intimidate. But I think his numbers and his longevity and his desire and his determination and obviously his ability, when you look at all of that, you go, my God, who is this man here? Where did he come from?
And when you bowl against him, you just got to push that to the back of your mind. You got to just say, listen, Walter's another bowler.
Yeah.
Walter's trying to take my money. I'm trying to take his money.
Yes.
And that's all it is.
100%.
You don't sit there and go, oh my God, I'm bowling against the GOAT. He
is the GOAT.
If you have that attitude of sitting there going, I'm bowling against the GOAT, all of a sudden you're getting tense and you can't perform.
What he did to Pete Weber was total obliteration. Beat him 160 pins. I mean, now, obviously Walter's not intimidated. I don't think Pete is. I don't think anybody can intimidate Pete. But when you see him do that against a man that's possibly equally great, that's so close, right? Where he just runs over him.
I don't know. There was a stretch where Walter and Pete bowled each other, and I think Walter beat Pete something like, it's a loose number, but anywhere from 8 to 11 times in a row.
8 to 11 times in a row.
Like whether there was match play or on the show or whatever.
Yeah.
8 to 11 times in a row. And it was in Pete's head. I remember Pete saying, he's like, I've got to beat this guy. I haven't beat him in a while, and I've got to beat him. So even Pete, as great as he is, I mean, he's not going. Pete's never going to say he's afraid of Walter. None of us are going to say we're afraid of Walter.
Not afraid.
But you respect his ability, and he can impose some sort of intimidation on you. He definitely can.
It's like when a pitcher got up against Babe Ruth. They knew they could strike him out, but they also knew
he could put one 450 feet.
Back in November when I bowled Walter in that regional.
Yeah.
We were on this pattern, the Aldi pattern.
Yeah.
And I qualified
Split,
second. I was like
probably 10-pin whiff and then right back on it
for the 7 games.
Yeah.
And
for David.
I get my 2-round buys. I come in and I make it all the way to the final against Walter.
Yeah.
And it's a 3-game match, total pins.
How many pins does he get?
I
only get 17.
47 the first game. He shoots 220.
So he's still got the potential.
I'm up and I'm like, okay.
So this girl over here in the
But
vibe
I'm not
shirt,
thinking I'm bowling Walter.
she shot 305 with a handicap.
Well, the very next game.
And then
Walter
obviously he did it.
270.
And Brad.
And then Brad Stewart.
And I
shot
shot 210.
Yeah, Brad Stewart shot.
And then the third
shot
game,
299,
we
think.
start doing
Brad bowls all the time. Brad's really good.
each of us can't get the 10 pin
He's a
out.
beast.
And I get up in
lives for it.
the,
He loves it.
Yep.
I believe it was the
We have our proprietors
7th
tournament
frame.
coming up this week.
Okay.
I get up in the
where all
7th frame, and this is
200 average
before
plus
my
guys
knee
get together
surgery.
and
My
bowl.
knee is
Yeah.
killing me.
Local houses. So
I go
Brad's
to the
doing
nose
that.
and leave
Hey,
a 3-6,
hey, nice
and
shirt.
then I stick at the line and chop it.
Really?
318 with him.
So now I
Who got 318?
You did 318?
yes.
Tammy,
He's wearing an Audi shirt.
Just now?
Tammy, what pair of lanes?
Just now?
What's that?
What pair of lanes?
27 and
28. Tammy Stolfer
Oh.
with a 318 on 27.8. So her and her husband wins
She's
cards
beating you.
tonight.
That's all I can say.
You know, we were so
So I-
fixated on the real 300, we
Right.
missed the
I
handicap
stick
300.
at the line and leave a 3-6, and stick again and chop it. And I come off the approach, and Walter's not striking, but all of a sudden now it gets in my mind like, all right, I just gave Walter the door.
Yeah.
Here's the key, go
Yeah.
through the door. So
Yeah.
I'm sitting down.
Yeah.
Walter gets up the very next shot, throws it good, and you can see by his body language he threw it good, and he goes 2, 4, 5, 7, 8.
Whoa.
And he makes that spare. And then he spares again
The ball.
on the other
Showing off.
on the other lane. So I get up on the right-hand lane
Come
now.
on. That was a
In
good
the
ball.
I think it's the 8th frame, or 7th frame. I get up in the 7th frame, and I'm thinking to myself, what do I got to do to kick that 10 pin out?
Yeah.
And you were talking about earlier about making moves and jumping.
Yeah.
I go 7 boards left, 3 with my eyes, change my hand position with the same ball and just do this with it and stuff the pocket. And I go, this might work. And I get over in the 8th frame, do the same thing. Now I got a double up on him. He goes back over and goes 4-pin, and then he strikes. And then I get up in the 9th frame, pack it in the 9th, and pack all 3 in the 10th, and throw the 6-bagger at the end to beat him for the title.
Wow. You know what you got? You got the gift of your life. You beat the greatest bowler that ever lived.
Can't take that away from me.
And let me tell you something. You can say that when you're an old man 30 years from now and some kid comes up to you and wants to know about something. Say, let me tell you about the time I beat Walter Ray Williams. And they can't take that away ever.
So then 3 weeks ago, I'm looking at the PBA schedule for the regionals, and they announce a regional in Mooresville, North Carolina over Labor Day weekend, a PBA 50, PBA 60, Baker's doubles.
Yeah.
So I'm online on Facebook talking with Fancy, Walter's wife, and I go, hey, I wonder if Walter will want to bowl with me with this. And she goes, well, you better ask him now.
Yeah.
So I sent him a message, and Walter's response was, sure, I'll bowl with him. If you can't beat him, I'll join him.
Look, I get a chance to sign this pin, ladies and gentlemen.
It's young Mr. Stolfer's birthday today.
And there's Walter Ray Williams' signature on it. Yep. So I could sign a pin that Walter Ray signed. That's kind of cool.
And that's young Mr. Stolfer's birthday. He got his permit today.
So
Are you giving him an Audi to drive the permit?
No. Not yet.
There it is.
There you go. See, now I have a pin that I have signed.
All right, we're going to look for Audis now, folks. Bear with me.
Pretty good.
We're going to look for Audi wins.
Okay, we got Dawn on 21, bottom left 21's looking good. Wait, before you do that, over 31 and 32, I don't know how many pins they got, but I see a few strikes over there.
No, not enough.
No threes.
I'm going to go say
Okay.
I'll see you back, Larry.
Right here, that's Donnie Schwartz getting what, 17? Oh yeah, he's got a shot. He's 10 in a row for the Audi.
Ooh, Stone 9 for Stolfer.
There's like a bad memory right there for me.
What, the Stone 9? Oh.
No.
What's up?
I'm about to watch the Walter match on Flow Bowling replay over there. About to watch my title match. I go down in flames.
I'm going to give you a stat you might not be aware of. Are you ready for this one? Right now in the state of Arizona, you got the 68 Masters champion, the 74 Masters champion, the 78 Masters champion, the 2019 Masters champion, all residing in the state of Arizona. You have the 1966 Bowler of the Year still alive, residing in Arizona, Wayne Zahn.
Yeah, he is still in Arizona.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
It's a small state with 4 Masters winners in it. Kind of a unique stat.
Ironically, too, Larry Lobb's in the Hall of Fame, right? He's got 10.
Yeah.
Paul Caldwell.
Yeah, that's Caldwell. 74 Masters winner.
Right. And then
Does Larry Lobb live in Arizona?
no, he moved to Northern California.
Moved to Northern California.
When he married Betty, I think he moved out. But we have Lobb, we have Colwell, and then at one time Dave Arnold Stayrook lived there.
Yeah.
Frank Ellenberg obviously won the Masters one year. He still throws it good.
Yeah.
But he's a better golfer.
I was good friends with Frank. He took a lot of rides with me in the bus. He was in that bus with me. He drove my bus. I put him behind the wheel, take a 1 hour nap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's a good golfer. He's
Yeah.
a real good golfer. So
Yeah.
I've never golfed with him, but that's what I hear.
Yeah. Nobody can eat like Frank Ellenberg. He was a horse in another life. He walks, eats, and goes at the same time. Pretty cool though up here, huh, in the skybox?
Oh, this is nice.
You know, I think Eddie's the only proprietor that would think of something like this. They got it. Remember, he doesn't own a bowling center. Well, let's put in 18 cameras and live stream 4 days a week. And now I get champions in the booth, champions to watch in all our scratch events. It's like an amazing scenario. It has helped the reputation of this facility tremendously. People see it in their living rooms from around the country. Bowling center in Florida. You know, it's quite a deal.
I told you before, I have it live streaming on the TV, the big screen TV in the shop every time you
That's
come
an
out.
honor. That's an honor
I
for
couldn't
me.
wait to get down here to bowl.
That's an honor.
My customers love it. I've got a nice lazy boy sofa sitting in there. They come in and sit down on the sofa and they watch
wonderful.
bowling.
That's wonderful. I'm so happy you guys got another tournament too. That's wonderful. Chris Keene stepping up to the plate. Where'd you see his place? You been there yet?
No, I haven't.
So
Gary
little,
has.
So little 12-laner. Him and Dennis got in, cleaned it up real good. They got a real nice clientele. It's very cozy in there. The food's good, and they do a great job. And Chris is very popular. Coaches, fits, teaches. You know, he's very good to his customer base, and so two new proprietors have really changed.
Yeah.
You know, the way bowling is looked at in Southwest Florida. Chris
Sure.
and Dennis about 4 years ago got in there, and now Robert the last 2 years. Pretty cool.
Don't remind me, I was just telling them. I got to relive the nightmare. So, Lich, where was the place, and I know you'll know this right off the top of your head, where was the bowling center when you bowled a 300 game, the man peeled off the $100 bill to you on the spot? Do you know that? Because when we bowled on tour, you know, the PBA generally would give you 100 or the proprietor would give you 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was one bowling center, and I forget which bowling center it is, but they would give it to you on the spot. He'd hand you the $100 bill on the spot. I'm trying to think of where it was.
Hey, how are you, my dear? How you bowling tonight, Jay?
How are you?
Doing all right?
I'm doing okay.
No cars tonight?
No. Right? Well, I don't know. Actually, right now,
Well, come on, put it out and get a car.
I don't see anybody working on anything right now.
Well, it's early, but there's a guy Ray over there who's got the front four.
We got someone on
But
20.
he gets no sticks.
We got somebody on 25 that's got 279 working, front four, 9 spare strike, but I can't see how much handicap they get. Anchor bowler.
25, let's look and see who's got
Now they're on
26
26 now.
Down here. Oh, look at that.
Oh, they
They're
got
getting-
50
they're
pins.
getting
Oh,
50
yeah, they
sticks.
got a shot.
50
We'll
sticks.
stay right here and
Who
watch
is that?
this,
Chris
folks.
who? Who is that?
I don't know. I don't know, but they got a lot of handicap. Let's watch this one. I don't know who gave 100 on the spot. Very interesting. But
You know, there's a region in Ohio, I think, that they did it too. If you bowl 300, they give you 100 on the spot.
I don't know.
This is the time, questions like this, well, it's not the right question, but if you had a bowling ball question or a TV show question, you would want Joe Ciccone, your son, and Patrick Allen in that conversation because they can tell you
definitely.
who threw what ball when, where, and
What
how
happened to Joe Ciccone?
He
He was a guru of some sort.
Is Joe still living in Buffalo?
Joe still lives in Buffalo, as far as I know, and
I know he was doing something with website design
Yes, he's still
and
doing
programming.
that, and he still does. At one point in time, recently, he still was doing the shows. He was coming out and doing the production of the shows.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still does that or not.
What happened?
I think he pulled the plug.
You just unplugged your phone.
No, that's my
Oh, you
phone.
unplugged the mouse. There it is.
Oh, there it is. You moved the mouse.
That shouldn't have happened like that. It just scared me to death. I was telling you about the day that I saw Roth
Joe's a walking
for
encyclopedia.
the first time, and they were taking pictures. It just dawned on me.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
That's the day.
No, he didn't.
March of '70. That's the day I signed. Look at that picture.
I got to look at this picture.
That's the day I signed. I forgot
Pull
to
out
show
them
you.
readers, man.
This is prescription.
Name the boulders.
Oh, my God. I don't even know if I can do that. That looks like Hardwick.
Hardwick,
We know who that is.
Dick Weber.
Is that Ricker sitting there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Ricker right over there.
Wayne Zahn.
That's Wayne Zahn there.
Yeah, and Tommy Tuttle, Donna's
That's
father.
Tommy Tuttle, okay.
That's the day.
And who's
At
this?
Madison Square Garden, that's Tommy Tuttle.
Okay, and who's this?
That's me.
Ah, just playing with you.
Check it out.
That's a great
So
picture.
now we see
Is that
Chris.
nice or what?
That's a
that?
great picture.
Yeah,
What
that's
is
good.
Chris's last name there?
It looks like Christian. Is there a Christian Angle?
I don't know.
Angle, Angel? I don't know. But it's a guy over
Gonna
there.
be up on 26.
He's right here in the red shirt,
he's
the
got a
maroon
shot?
shirt. He's got a legitimate shot.
Got a very good shot.
Oh, by the way, Michael, my wife says congratulations.
Oh, tell her thank you. Oh, look at the 10th pin. See if he can make it.
Makes the 10 pin in sheets. He's still shooting 250 with his 50 pins handicap.
Absolutely. He
Now,
actually,
did you have,
he actually.
your friends watching and see you already on flow today? You've heard from your
Oh,
friends?
I don't know how many. I haven't been on Facebook, but by the time that we finished and we, packed the car up and whatever,
Yeah.
I had about 15 text messages,
Yeah.
from friends watching saying,
Yeah.
the usual,
Yeah.
I know it's not the result you wanted, but nice start to the season and blah blah blah.
How
So
about you, Gary? You
that
have
was
friends
nice,
from home see you today and send you messages?
Oh yeah, all
Good.
the time.
Good.
Usually they send me messages when stuff on Flow Bowling happens, where they somehow confuse me with Junior, with Gary Faulkner Jr., the lefty out of Memphis that won
Yes.
the World Championship.
Yeah, he's a lefty though.
Yeah,
And a little younger.
and we look so much alike. I have classes he doesn't. I don't know how people can't tell us apart.
I don't understand it.
The last year that they had the Masters at Carolina Lanes,
Yeah.
it wasn't Flow Bowling yet. It was Extra Frame still, and Mike Jacobazzi was doing all the play-by-play on that. So the first block, Game 4, results come in, and Junior and I are bowling the same squad.
Yeah.
And I've got my phone on, and Mike gets the sheet and goes, "Okay, Game 4 scores have just come in," and he goes, "Father and son in the top 10."
Oh, that's funny. Father and son.
So I throw a shot and I get down, sit down, and my phone's buzzing my backpack, and I pull it out, and it's a message from my younger brother. He's watching the telecast, he's watching the stream, and he goes,
Father and son.
He goes, "Is there something you want to tell Mom, or do you want me to tell Mom?" And I go,
That's funny.
"What are you talking about?" And he actually filmed it off his TV when he was
That's funny.
and sent it to me. And I watched it, and I went up to Mike J and I go, "Dude, what are you doing?" And he goes, "I don't know. I know you two. It just came out of my mouth, and now I got to pay for it." So now every year on Mike J's birthday, I send him a photo of me and Junior, and I say, "Happy birthday, Mike," from me and my son.
That's hilarious.
And after he won the World Championship, my phone was unusable for 4 days.
Look at Ice Martinez. Now, I want you guys to watch Ice on this next shot.
Tell me where he is.
He's right here on 33 and 4. He's going to watch Tuesday Tyler. And there's an 8-bagger on 33. So we're going to stay right here and watch both of those because we got some people that can both win cars right here. Ice Martinez is the most unique in the house.
So where's Ice Martini?
He's thumbless, about 120 pounds, and he's bowling right there with Tyler Altman on 35. It's the guy above him. Do they still have duck pins in Virginia? Any duck pin centers?
In my area, we had one center, and they just announced that they're closing.
Yeah, that's how I learned how to bowl. My first 2 years, I was duck pins in 1960, 61, 62.
Yeah, they're building a casino in my area, in Portsmouth, where the duck pin center is located. And, and the word is that the owners of the center sold their property to the casino developers.
Mike, did you ever bowl duck pins or candle pins?
I did. I actually, I went one time, and I bowled bowling, regular bowling, and then I tried to duck pin, and I did okay, and then I went right back and tried to throw the regular ball again, and that was disaster.
Yeah, oh yes, that is a disaster.
And then when we bowled, one year we were bowling in the thing in Maine, Bayside with the team thing and the crazy excitement.
Yes.
And we went and we bowled duck pin. Me and I think it was Scott Norton and a couple other people. And I think I had a couple 170 games in there, maybe even a 180 game or something in duck pin. It was pretty cool.
Candlepins is tough.
Candle's tough.
Maybe it was
Have you ever
Candlepins.
bowled Canadian 5-pin?
No, but I've heard of it. I wish I could have bowled that. I bowled ducks and candles and 10s, but that's it.
Canadian 5-pin, perfect game is 450.
Canadian 450.
450.
I had no idea.
450
is a perfect game.
5 rubber band ducks.
5
set
rubber
up.
ducks.
You,
Yeah.
you have a head pin, a 7-pin, and then a 10-pin, and then you have a pin in between the head pin and the 7 and the head pin and the 10 in the shape of a V.
No, I didn't even know that.
When I was living in Buffalo going to college, we would get some of, across the air, we would get some of the Canadian TV stations.
Wow.
And they had a 5-pin bowling tour, and we would watch 5-pin bowling in our dorm rooms.
Wow.
Okay, so I think I figured this out because earlier when we were hanging out chit-chatting, I could see out of the corner of my eye the guy in the pink tank top. He throws it pretty good. You can see he's got a pop. And now I see he's got the front 8.
Yeah. Well, he throws it pretty good, this guy. Watch.
Yeah, he throws it pretty good.
Oh, yeah,
I
he's
can
got a
see it
good
from
game.
over there.
Watch. Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Scatter.
There it is. They
How many
want
pins?
that car.
How many pins is that? Is that 10 or is that 15 or is that 20?
It's like 10 to me. I think he needs the
He needs a
first
double.
11.
He needs a double.
He needs the first 11 and he's in.
And over there on 27, the bottom 2 people have the. One guy's got the front 5 now. The other one's got the front 4 on 27.
That's Daniel Gacera. He just shredded the rack on that one.
No, it's the guys he's bowling against.
Yeah.
I think it's your girl. The girl that had the shot last
Carissa.
game.
Yeah.
She's got the
Carissa
front.
Robson.
She's got the front 4.
We'll come right back there and watch. Let's watch Carissa again. So we're gonna bowl good tonight.
Larry, you talk about the love of the game. How crazy are we? We've been in this bowling center all day.
I know.
And we're still sitting here
I know,
BSing with you, man. It's great.
I mean, it's almost like, well, where are you going to go? You may as well stay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't go back to the room. What are you going to do there? Watch the news? That's depressing. Who wants to watch the news? There's nothing good.
I agree with that.
You know what I learned about bowling more so in here than I ever have in my life? 34. Yes, yes.
Well, we're on that already.
What I learned about bowling more in this bowling center than I have anywhere else in my life because of the live streaming is that in here, there's nothing about politics. There's nothing about color. There's nothing about religion. There's nothing about nationality. There's nothing about police. Nothing. They bowl, they laugh, they hang out. Everybody's happy. It's the most amazing thing. And I'm trying to still understand what I'm watching. Because you could flat bet not all these people voted for Biden. Some of them voted for Trump. You could flat bet some don't like this and don't like that. But in here, they're all bowling. And they're all together.
They all love bowling.
And they're all together. It's a bond. And it's wonderful.
It is.
And everybody's accepted. The only way you're not accepted is if you're not nice. If you're mean, you're not accepted.
Second bowler 25 may have just got the car.
Second bowler on 25 may have got a car. Let's see.
Maybe. I don't know yet. What has she got?
Second bowler on 25?
24.
24. Second bowler on
Oh, yes. Oh, that's Sarah Canastrassi.
301.
That's Sarah.
That's 301.
She backs it
301.
up. She throws
She's
it back
got the
up
car.
off. She's a righty that backs it
She's
up.
got
off
the
left.
car.
Sarah Canastrassi got the car. Sarah.
What pair was the string on?
Can't hear you.
What lane was the string on? 34?
Yeah, 33. Oh, he just got another one.
We got to put him on.
Where?
He just got the front
The
9,
one
it
who's
looks
got
like.
What pair?
was that?
34. He got
Was
the
that
front
30?
or 38 or
Yeah,
something. I don't know.
33. Oh yeah, you got the first hit.
Okay, there's
front
Ice.
10.
Check Ice out, the lefty. With plastic. There he is. The plastic cannon, folks.
Johnny Petraglia
Ice
Jr.
Martinez. And he bowls 290. No handicap. 298. 2 pins short. Now let's watch this young man here who needs this one for a car. Right here. Oops. Hold it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got it in.
Now, more importantly,
it recovered.
for the car, he needs this one for the Naturo
Yeah,
300.
the natural. So we've got several wins tonight, 5 or 6 so far.
Hey, we're good luck.
Pretty
All
good.
these people are getting
Good
cars.
luck.
We're good luck.
Sarah.
I'm liking this comment right here from Lisa. Ice the plastic cannon.
Ice, the plastic
Plastic
cannon,
cannon.
Martinez. Come in here, Sarah, with Mike Haugen.
Way to
And
go.
Gary Faulkner.
Thank you. How
Nice
are you
going.
guys?
We're going to watch this for 300.
Okay.
Now, we're going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, the 4-pin 299.
All right, but he's got a 3.
I thought that might have happened to me.
Yeah, you got away with it. I happened to look
Yeah.
up there and I said, hey, I think we got one there. And we
Yeah.
looked up and got your field ball
Now,
there.
you shot
so.
301.
Got the front
Now, you know
five
you're
over here at
talking to the
15.
2018 PBA Senior Player of the Year.
Very nice to meet
And
you.
Gary
meet you.
Faulkner is
Hi,
a
nice to meet
finalist
you
in
too.
many events, right? Champion, PBA Regional Champion, who beat Walter Ray Williams for his title. And you just shot 301 in front of them and won a car.
I can't shoot 301.
Yeah,
Beat
we're-
me.
and we're more impressed with winning the car than anything else. It's great.
Yeah.
I've tried to work every angle
that's
with,
fair.
Now,
with
you
him.
won, how many cars you won this year?
This is number 4.
Now, she backs it up. Show
Yeah.
him the hand.
Oh, yeah, I saw her back it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she backed
She
it
can
up.
hook the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she
Yeah.
gets it to flip over.
Yeah, she
It
did.
goes
went-
down and
it
goes
went like
this
that.
way.
She actually rolled the 5 into the 10 the last shot.
Fourth car of the year?
4th, yes.
Do you love to bowl, Sarah?
I love to bowl. I absolutely love it. It's part of my life.
Yeah. Did you ever think you'd sit in a booth with a couple of touring champions on the
I
PBA
didn't.
Senior
I
Tour?
didn't.
See that? Pretty cool,
Yeah,
huh?
very nice.
Pretty
Very
cool,
nice.
huh? Hell of a week.
It is.
Great
You guys
bowl.
had a hell of a weekend.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah, it was very, very
Well,
fun
these guys have been
Yeah.
itching to bowl senior stouts for 2 years. We were their first one. I mean, finally.
Yeah.
Finally. They missed all last year. No senior tournaments.
I know.
So luckily we start here. They roll up the coast. They got Chris Keenes this weekend.
Nice.
Then Clearwater and then the villages. Then they go east up to North Carolina. The weather should be breaking by the time they get there. Should be pretty good weather.
Hopefully.
Nice, good.
Hopefully.
Anyways, congratulations.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
I
much.
wanted to get you in the booth.
Thank you.
So you can sit with the champions.
Thank you guys.
All right, Sarah.
All right, good. Nice meeting everybody.
Enjoy your car.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Pretty cool, huh? There he is. Good.
We got the front 5 on lane 16, second hole.
With 43 pins of handicap.
43 pins of handicap.
Yeah,
front 5.
that was good. We're gonna have to watch that.
Hey, where'd the other guy go over there? We lost him on 26, 25 or 26. The Christian guy. His score's done. I
He's
can't
done.
see it.
I don't know if he's got 800.
Did Christian get it done? Christian, on 25 and 26, there was a guy that had like
Dominic?
No.
Dominic got
He had
299.
299.
Yeah, we saw that.
I saw that one.
We saw that. So there's a guy on 25 and 26 in the last game. He was shooting 250 and he had like 40-something pins of handicap.
Oh, I did
Don't know
not
if he made it or not.
I didn't see that one. I heard about a bunch of big scores around, but
Yeah. You're going to have to get a new fleet. You're down like 4 cars right now.
Larry, what did we give away? 13 one night? 13.
Well, 20 one night.
20.
We had 20 about 5 weeks ago. That was
now
silly.
they space them out. They don't all hit me.
Well, yeah, they don't all get you the same
Right.
weekend, of course,
But,
but yeah.
we've given away our share of cars.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. They get happy, they're driving a new car.
Oh, yeah.
There
A lot
he
of
is.
them never been in an Audi. So.
Yep.
A couple.
Flow bowl and in the booth. He's all over the center. What the heck's going on here? You're everywhere I look in the center. You're there and you're here. What the heck is
How can I be both?
Unfortunately, that one doesn't turn out so well.
Turned out pretty good. I mean, maybe not.
What'd you shoot? What'd you end up?
Okay, so coming up on lane 16 is the front 5.
The front 5 with 43 pins of handicap.
Okay.
Front 5, you got to get the camera on 16 there.
All right, I got it. Here we go.
Randy Emmett.
Randy Emmett.
Yeah, he's got 5.
I like the A8. What a car. Dave gave me one about 4 months ago, a white one. Six-figure sticker on that baby.
There was no black cloud that day, though, because he gets a flat tire in it.
I got a flat tire.
Oh, God.
Calls me in a panic.
In my 10th mile, the tire went flat.
And, of course, we sold the thing 2 days after he brought it back.
Oh, roll it.
Hit it.
2 days after he brought it back, we sold the car. So he was good luck. Instead of black cloud
There you
Litchi,
go.
he was good
Yeah.
luck with you.
Yeah.
It was good.
I love A8s. I'd love to get an A8.
Tell you, all you can do is ask, right? We talked about it.
I was looking at the A4 for a while. I like that model.
I have my friend Matt. I have to let him drive for a couple days down here. Matt McNeil is driving an A4.
So he made the spare, so he's still got a chance. With
Oh,
his
where?
Randy with this
Randy,
43
Oh, yeah, he's
pins.
got a
Got
chance.
43 sticks.
Let's
yeah.
watch here and see if there's any threes. We've had 6 or 7 tonight.
There's another guy, or actually the girl right now bowling right behind her, who is, well, now it's almost irrelevant, but she's getting 40,
47.
47.
47 pins a game. And what is that? 110, 120. She can't do it anymore. Can't do it anymore.
No, I don't think she did.
You're safe.
Iceman told me he threw plastic on one lane and urethane on the other tonight.
Ice Martinez?
Yeah, he was throwing plastic on one lane and urethane on the other side.
Ice is amazing.
Yeah. If I could throw a plastic ball like that, I'd throw that too.
Well, Gary, what do you think? We go get some ice cream before we go to bed?
I'm tired. Been a long one for me.
Call tonight?
I'm ready to call it tonight. I got to finish it up, but I don't. I work tomorrow, and then I get 5
I'm just the
days
chauffeur
off.
right now, sir. I chauffeur PBA champion.
See you later, Jen.
That's my second job.
Okay, be safe.
You chauffeur him.
That's my second job. I chauffeur PBA champions around and players of the year and senior U.S. Open champions and TFC champions.
Too kind. Too kind you
I
are.
was happy one tournament in Vegas. I got chauffeured around by Walter. Walter chauffeured me around all week.
Yeah.
Did Walter chauffeur you?
That was awesome. Walter even drove me up to Brentwood, California.
Yeah, you did. You went with him to Brentwood that
Yes,
year,
he
yeah.
did.
And then I chauffeured you the rest of the
Then
way.
you chauffeured me around because we were on the West Coast.
I'll never forget in the last tournament of champions, I was player service director. It was in Deer Park Bowl, Lake Zurich, north side of Chicago for the 96 tournament champions. It's also a Hall of Fame induction week.
Like I felt like a kid. You know,
So I'm going to be
around
inducted.
Johnny Petraglia.
And when I'll be in Houston.
Johnny Petraglia.
And I get into the parking lot, and every single RV is taken up where my truck's got to park. And I get there late, and they're all there. Now I'm knocking on doors, and I'm telling everybody they got to move. This is where the truck goes. Why didn't the house tell you? Didn't they have it, roped off? No, they didn't. And now they're not too happy.
Yeah.
And Walter Ray is there in his fifth wheel. And I knock on his door and I wake him up. And he is mad. He's miserable. Meanwhile, I moved the truck a little bit. And I'm exhausted from driving. I just drove from Garden City, so I've driven 1,000 miles. I'm tired. I'm beat up. I don't feel good. I'm irritable, and I got to wait for these guys to move all their equipment. And I'm backing the 18-wheeler up, and it just touches the front of his fifth wheel. And there's a big fiberglass bubble on those things in the front that are wind foils. This big round fiberglass bubble. And he gets out, the rear of the 18-wheeler is touching the bubble. And he looks at me, and he ain't too happy. And he's out there looking. I pull it away, and there is a touch of paint. I mean, another 1/4 inch, I cracked the whole thing. And his wife comes out. She wants to call the insurance company. She wants to put in a complaint. And then we got a little nasty for a while. They simmered down a little bit. And I hit T-Wheeler's right up on the fiberglass bowl. Walter Ray was not happy with Litchie.
No, he wasn't,
No,
I'm
he was
sure.
not happy.
Yeah, send in a text and I'll make sure they take it forward, okay? Or email, whatever you want, okay?
So Randy managed to strike in the
Randy still got a shot.
Randy
So,
Emmett.
still got a shot there with his 43
We might
pins.
as well sit here and wait to see what Randy.
Yeah,
We might as well.
I want to watch Randy Emmett. We'll bring him some luck.
It's not bad for 2 games. Oh, yeah. It's easier if you only throw one. Just ask him. He'll tell you. It's easier.
That's the Detroit Strike, Detroit Stroke, Frank Giannino out of Detroit.
I'm unfamiliar with that particular tactic.
Still throws it pretty good. Bobby Taylor, one of our local association directors. Bobby taking over for Bob Peters, who we lost 3 months ago. Bobby now the association director of Southwest Florida. Avid bowler, a lifer.
Two?
I have two.
You got 2 more than I
A
got.
whole bunch of $2.99.
You got 2 more than I got, Jack.
And that's Carissa's mother, Lori, right there.
She can bowl.
Lori bowling in a league with her husband and her daughter on another team.
I think that's one of the pairs you could have subbed on, Michael.
Pretty good.
Yeah, they were asking me to sub.
they were
Over there, they
trying.
were asking me to sub. They were trying to pimp me out tonight, man.
If I would have known you would have been that popular to sub, I would have actually been going around being your agent to see who offered the best deal,
Whoever
and
gave
then
you the
taking
most
my
money.
10% cut, getting you to
Hey,
sub.
Rob.
$7.99.
Well, they tried to offer me dinner, that didn't work. Then they tried to offer me drinks, I don't drink. Then they said brackets, and we said brackets?
Brackets?
And then they
Our eyes
said,
got big as
then they
saucers
said
when they said
handicap
brackets.
and we said, nah, you lost.
I'm bowling. But when they said brackets,
When they said,
we perked
said,
up.
we were going out to the car to get our shoes.
We were like, yeah, okay, sign us up.
At the World Team Challenge in '98 at Bradley Bowl, I'm standing in the bragging line. There's Dave Ferraro in front of me with a guard. They come in from Kingston, New York. He's got a guard wearing a gun.
Yeah.
And first 3-game squad, bowl 3 games, and another, and then you come back. And, guy says bracket state says all 440, 8,800. Shoot 616, got 13,000 back. Next squad, all 4,400, 646, got 17,000 back.
That's nuts.
$30,000 in brackets and had an armed guard with a bag at the table. The World Team Challenge of '98 at Bradley Bowl. And it was won by Michael's team with Brian B., Patrick Allen, Rudy. And Brian B. and Mike Mullen. They won it to close
Mike
season.
Mullen, wow.
Mike Mullen, he was a good bowler.
Left-handed, he was a good bowler.
God, the best I've ever done at brackets was in Knoxville when they had the USBC tournament in Knoxville.
Yes. Hi, Laura.
During the doubles
How's
event.
your ball? No good? Yeah. That was,
During the doubles event.
Michael, that was my girlfriend.
That was what?
That was my girlfriend that I lived with.
That was the girl?
That I lived with, yeah.
That's not your
No.
son's mother.
No, that was a lady I lived with for a year.
You lived with her for how long?
A year.
Okay.
Beautiful, we broke up, but I miss her, but
Things changed.
she's my girlfriend.
That's your girlfriend.
How pretty she was? How lucky I was that way. Beautiful woman. Avid bowler from Traverse City, Michigan, averages 200.
Yeah, she bowled the pro-am. I saw her bowl the pro-am.
She's a hairdresser by trade. The poor thing couldn't do anything for me. Take my word for it. Nothing.
Just get the razor out.
Just get rid of it.
So I fire in
How much?
All the brackets in the doubles event.
Yeah.
Which at the time they limited you could only get into 80. Now they got rid of the
80.
They put a rule in.
80.
And in the doubles they were only $5 brackets. So I get in all 80 of those, what I could get in.
Yeah.
I come out in the doubles and go 68, 69 the first two games, and then shoot 38 the last game.
Yeah.
Win 79 out of 80.
Wow. You want to hear the worst bracket story in history? The Lilac Challenge 2000. Rudy Revs gets in all the brackets.
All the brackets,
Now, it
which
goes
is no surprise.
257, 258,
Uh-oh.
132. In the night block, 135, 257, 258. Now, this is true. And I watched it. Of course, he had all seconds.
Yeah.
Well, the worst one in history I ever saw in brackets. My son Michael calls me up 20 years ago. He says, Dad, I was 6 frames away from infamy. I says, what do you mean 6 frames away? He said, I got out of the box with the first 30. I says, what'd you shoot, Hoss? He says, I shot 868, Dad. I says, where at? He says, the Bold Center in Long Meadow. I can't think of the name. It's slipping my tongue for me. It's in Long Meadow, Mass. Shaker Bowl in Long Meadow. I says, that's got to be the high 3 games in the state of Massachusetts. He says, well, not really, Dad. Same night tonight in league, some kid had 877, but he didn't win any brackets. I went 300, 300. He went 299, 299, 279. Ask him about it. Never talked to him. The Shaker Bowl, 868.
Okay.
He got beat by 9 pins. The guy didn't win any brackets.
And he's in the 9th. He's got to double up.
Oh,
he got that one. He's still alive.
4 pin. He's still alive. Oh, yes, he is alive.
I bet he is.
He's way more than alive now. He just needs a spare.
Yeah, he's
That
only
boy hit
got
the shim right. That was a shim record.
He's only got to shoot 257.
So we're watching Randy Emmett.
He needs
who
9 spare
can
9.
Go out for a car. It looks like we're about 7, 8 cars tonight.
Yeah.
I watched the guy bowl 300, 258, 300, and win $0 in brackets.
Hey, you should have seen it
One night.
yesterday.
Wayne Chester saying nice bowling. Mike Haugen from Australia, formerly out of the Bay Area in San Francisco.
I think I know
PBA
Wayne
champion.
Chester. I know
Won
Wayne
in
Chester.
Utah in 78 on the PBA tour.
Yeah.
PBA champion.
Yeah, I know Wayne.
Left-hander. Very nice, Wayne.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Wayne Chester.
Yeah.
Now, you had to have seen some massive fryouts when you were out on tour.
Oh.
Let me tell you about the fryout.
Where did I see
that
fryouts?
I didn't witness the fryout,
Yes.
but I heard about the fryout afterwards because I was the cause of the fryout.
Where at?
Dragon Lanes.
Dragon Lanes.
Dragon Lanes
Well,
in Fayetteville, North Carolina, on the Army base on Fort Bragg. We're bowling a regional. So
Ray Stevens with a car, 802. Ray Stevens getting a car.
nice.
Now he's there with Mike Haugen and David. Go ahead. I'm going to.
So we're at Dragon Bowl at Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
I qualify. My first match is Richie Allen.
Yeah.
Richie's not Dick yet. He's Richie.
Yeah.
I shoot 160, 160 my first 2 games. It's the best 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Richie goes 279, 300 at me. I'm sitting there writing down the score. And at the time, Richie was traveling with a bowler from, I think, Spring Hill, Jason Marr.
Yeah.
And Jason just looks right at Richie and goes, why don't you throw it left-handed and give this guy a chance? So I look up at Jason and then just go back down and finish writing the score. And then I proceed to beat Richie for the next 3 games
No way.
and knock him out of the tournament.
No. With 160, 160 against 579?
Yep, because it's the best 3 out of 5.
Still got a chance. No carryover pins.
So the 3rd game, I run the front 7 at him. I shoot 250 and beat him. And then I think I shoot 240 and beat him. And then by then, I
Wow.
shoot 220, 230 and beat him.
Wow.
And I go down to bowl my next match against Steve Wilson. So I'm sitting down there with Steve Wilson, and Dave D'Entremont was still alive, and Dave was there.
What a bowler.
Oh my God, Dave was so much fun to be around.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there, and Dave looks at me and goes, "You didn't say one word to Richie." I said, "Well, yeah, I did. I shook his hand after the match, and I told him, I'm sorry, dude, you got screwed."
Yeah.
Because you did.
Yeah.
You know, you went 579 at me, and you're out. He goes, "Well, no, that's what's probably getting them mad, because you didn't say anything."
Wow.
Well, from what I heard is Richie went into where the paddock was and destroyed the pool table.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, the very next week, the regional is in Columbia, South Carolina. And guess who I get in my first match?
Richie.
I get Richie Allen. And I look at Richie, and Richie looks at me, and I said, "Richie, if you go 279, 300 at me the first 2 games, I'm not even going to bowl the third game. I'm just going to withdraw." I beat him 3-0.
Oh. So you got his number?
I had his number. And Richie is funny.
Yeah.
And I get along great.
He's a great
I
player.
get along great with Richie. I love his humor, his sarcasm.
yeah.
But he kept that little grudge on his shoulder the whole time, and he would never let it go.
Yeah, he's
gifted. In Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Yeah, at the bowling center.
We end up bowling for the title. And Richie proceeds to trounce me.
Look, Randy Emmett opened at 10th for 287, folks.
Oh.
He needed a spare. He needed 9 spare. He would have gone in. He opened at 10th. So go ahead.
So Richie ends up trouncing me in the final by like 30 or 40 pins.
Yeah.
And I put my hand out and shake his hand and congratulate him, and he looks right at me and points his finger at me and he goes, "Now we're even." And I looked right at him and said, "Are you sure?" He goes, "Now we're even." I said, "Okay, good. I'm glad we're even now," because he never forgot it.
Well, I saw Fry's. There was a guy from Fresno, California. He was fantastic. One of the greatest bowlers in the 60s. His name was Ed Bourdet. Eddie Bourdet had never won in the 60s. Finally, in January 70, the opening tournament of the decade, he beat Johnny Petraglia in Los Angeles at Bowling Square to win his first PBA title. He had 9 seconds in the 60s. He never won a championship match. Bourdet hated lefties. He absolutely hated lefties. So the rumor was...
Move the mouse again.
The rumor was, if you start off with a Brooklyn against him, he's going to go nuts. But if you throw a double Brooklyn, he can't beat you. So I'm bowling him in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and he hates lefties, and I'm not bowling well. I'm in like 14th, but he's in like 4th. And I said, well, now's the time to find out, because it doesn't make any difference. I tripped the 4-pin. Now he gets up to bowl 2 frames, strike, ring, and 10. Now I get up, I trip the 4-pin again, and then I catch a rattler for a triple. Now he's effing and going nuts and yelling and screaming. He goes, strike, ring, and 10. Meanwhile, the game goes on, I stay clean, and I end up with about 214. Okay. He goes, strike, ring, and 10. 3rd frame, strike. 4th frame, ring, and 10. 5th frame, strike. 6th frame, ring, and 10. 7th frame, strike. 8th frame, ring, and 10.
Ring and 10.
9th frame, strike. Now he gets up in the 10th. That's 224 that I got. He gets up in the 10th. And he looks at me and he looks around. He's got 5 strikes, 4 ring and 10s going into the 10th frame. Right?
Okay.
He gets up on the first ball of the 10th frame and picks up the 10-pin, makes the spare and strikes for a Dutch 200. That's the greatest fry I ever saw in my life. Then he proceeds to spit on the fill ball after he strikes and lays one out on the second arrow. He liked to spit, hit the second arrow, and then roll over it. Anyway, he's just passed away a few years ago. He was a great champion. He won 4 times in his life. He was the first bowler to sign with Roto Grip, the original rubber ball made out of Port Chester, New York. He was on the Roto Grip staff.
Yes.
Ed Bourdet. Okay, we're going to move the cameras.
I'm liking Mark. I think Mark's my new friend.
Well, thank you, Mark. And we're done bowling, folks. Everybody's done. That's why I didn't move them. The league is over. And again, we want to thank all of you for.
Thank you so much. Hey, that's okay. I've got that gorilla glass on. Thank you so much for everything, David.
Yes, sir. See you, Larry. See you tomorrow night.
Okay. Well, Wayne Chester, thank you for the kind words. That's what we do here. It's nonchalant. It's not formal. It's fun. But it's bowling. And we bring it into your living room. And we've been doing it now for 34 Tuesdays, 34 Wednesdays, and 34 Saturdays since August. About 18 Sundays and a few Fridays. So we're well up over 100 live streams. But tonight was so special to have Gary Faulkner and Mike Haugen with me. Now we're dear friends, Gary and I. We've made a friendship in 2 days, right? Pretty cool now.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Now it's simple. Now, hey,
Yeah,
bro,
hey,
how are you, bro?
hey, what's up?
Nice to see you. Give me a layout.
It's like, yo, dude.
Give me a layout. I'm coming back at 73. I want the spinner to work.
Hey, we can help you with the spinner.
Oh, the Larry spinner.
Can help you with that high tilt.
Anyways, folks, we're gonna call it a night. This place is pretty much done. David, come in here and say goodbye to everybody.
All right.
What'd you shoot?
780.
780 tonight?
Yeah.
And what's your average in this league?
240 something. I don't know.
247, 248?
Yeah. roughly.
Slacking a little.
Got an
tonight.
outside shot at 250 still.
Outside. Yeah. It's short time.
So in general terms, tell me your feeling about the last 3 days, being that you were the host for the first time in your life of a senior event. You managed the center. What do you think?
Awesome.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Awesome.
Great job, David.
Our
Did a great job, man.
The back of our facility, Chris P.
Yeah.
and his mechanic back there.
Unbelievable.
We didn't have.
Those are Swiss
Larry,
watches.
we didn't have any problems.
They run like Swiss
Besides
watches.
your normal.
This was the first tournament that I have been in the 4 years where we never had a breakdown during the tournament.
Are you serious?
Never. Not one.
That's pretty good there.
Not one.
He's in a 60 laner in Norfolk too, where he has his pro shop.
kidding.
60 lane. He's bigger than us. Pretty rare that somebody got a bigger house than us nowadays.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like I said. It's a cool atmosphere for myself because I get to bowl with these guys every now and again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And see
Yeah.
the family atmosphere. But for our facility, with Robert Eddy buying this place before 2 years ago it was going to be a furniture store.
Yeah.
To have Chris P in the back, he took care of 50 lanes. We didn't have any problems this week. You know, we had
He did a
3
great
months.
job.
we
He's
had
unbelievable.
3 months to prep.
He's gifted.
John Weber called me about 3.5 months ago. He says, "Hey, can you host our event?" So I hung up the phone. I called Robert. I said, "Hey, is there any chance you would mind paying X to have these guys here?" He said, "Absolutely, do it. Do you think we could do it?" Absolutely. So we took it on, and we got all the remodel done, the settee areas, the bowler circle, the concourse. Robert Eddy got us all the concourse tables.
Yeah. Furniture, floors, high lane.
So with 3.5 months to go after that phone call with John Weber, we're very happy to have everybody here, and it worked as well as it did. The front desk did an amazing job. The
Everybody
wait
tried
staff,
real hard.
It was good. We didn't have very many complaints. I don't even know what I could do.
I didn't
I
hear
don't know
any.
what Billy could do to make it.
I didn't hear
I don't
any
know what we could
complaints.
do to make it better.
No, it was
So
wonderful.
it's not very good going into next year.
Listen.
I mean, the only place we can go is down.
No, we're fine. I think John
next,
Weber's
I
happy.
think
The
next
players
year
are
will
happy.
be amazing having a whole year to plan for.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
We'll get 400 pro-ams. We work on it for a year. We get 30
I
a
would
month.
like to sell out on the pro-am.
So
on
would
the,
I.
on the pro-am spot. We're going to have
David
40.
Forbes
we'll
might have a way for us
38
to do
lanes
it.
with a buffer pair because we're going to do the whole remodel down there with the 8 lanes. But it's cool. It's cool to be a part of it. To be on this side to run it, and with a staff and a team, instead of being out there like these guys get. You know, they get to be outside looking in and just to enjoy it. kind of like you, Larry. I mean, you work your butt off to live stream for us all day, and then you got to come in for the last couple days and enjoy your friends and
it was great walking
and your
around.
past people that you've got to be with for how many years?
Being with Mike, you know, and who I've known. I stayed with Mike in Phoenix at his,
I made
at
that
his
Facebook
house.
post about Mike. I never imagined this guy being 50.
Yeah.
To be able to
Great.
bowl a 50 stop. You know
Great
how long
bowler.
I've been bowling with
Great
this
bowler.
guy? And-
Great bowler.
But I
Hi,
mean,
Gare.
all the people that you got to hang out with this week.
Yeah, it was great for me.
For me, it was cool to watch you and to be in your
Yeah.
glory.
I
know
brought
what I mean?
back
It
a
was-
lot
it
of
was-
memories.
It's fun to watch.
I walked out in the truck for a while and looked around.
Did you go?
Oh yeah.
You soaked it in?
Oh yeah.
Did you shed a tear?
No, but I thought back 30 years.
You're an emotional
I
guy.
said I was standing in that truck 30 years
Yes.
ago.
Yeah.
But, you know, life moves on for everybody. You know, for me, it was very special to be with Johnny. No offense to anybody else, but Johnny
No,
and I go
I
back
mean-
to '66.
Yeah.
We were teammates who won 2 Eagles together.
It's cool. I mean, I get to take a little bit of that away from me because I got to announce
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah.
You know, Dave Forbes handed
Yeah.
Johnny Petraglia,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Dave,
that's historic.
Dave Forbes holds his heart to the veterans.
That's historic. Johnny,
Yeah.
Johnny is an historic figure and loved around the world. So for me to be with him again, you know, this might be the last time we're ever at a tournament together if he
Of
stops
course.
bowling.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I don't travel enough to,
I
be
think
with
you,
him.
I mean, I would have to believe that you probably talked him into bowling. I don't
did.
know if he was really going to
No,
bowl
I
this
did.
stop.
No, I did
He
talk
was
him
definitely
into
going to bowl the
But
villages,
this is-
as we know.
Yes, but this is what I said to him. I said, you don't have to. We'll send up the check. We'll give your charity the $5,000
Yeah.
check. You don't have to bowl.
Just show up.
And then he said to me, well, I've got some medical issues. I'll let you know the beginning of February. And he called me and he said, I'm 75%. I said, don't push. If you ain't feeling good, don't do it. Just
He
don't.
has such a good start too.
And he did have a good start. And he called me and he said, I'm coming. He said, I'll bowl your place in Clearwater. I said, we won't be offended. We understand. We know you're not feeling well, and we don't want to push it. He came anyways. Classy act.
That's how he is.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's how he is.
Got emotional when we gave him $5,000 for the veterans too.
Genuine gentleman. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets
absolutely.
emotional for that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, his voice quivered.
Holds close
Yeah,
to
it means a
heart.
lot to him. He's had a lot of friends die.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
a lot of guys with Agent Orange, a lot of guys that got sick, and he puts his heart out for those people still alive to help them.
Sure.
So
When he
wonderful,
lived it, he's
beautiful.
been there, he
It's
knows.
a beautiful
Yeah.
man. That's the other side. You know, you see a guy in the lanes, he might not be too happy. And I don't mean this towards him; it's anybody.
Right.
But when you really talk to them and learn what they're all about, you know, there's a lot of people very grateful that they were pro bowlers and they want to help people in their lives.
Sure.
You know, they were helped around the country. Now it's their turn.
Yeah. Now it's their turn.
You know?
Right. We have a good guy behind us. Dave Forbes is.
Oh, Dave and Robert, what a team! Look what they did for bowling this year in
It's
this bowling
unbelievable.
center.
So short story, I told you, Larry, but the hotel that I had for these guys, the host hotel.
Yeah.
We they kind of like reneged on their thing for
Yeah.
us to grab a couple of the hotel rooms.
Yeah.
So I called Dave Forbes. I'm like, hey, you know, this happened or whatever, and he's like, all right. He says, listen, do me a favor and call Johnny Petraglia back and
Yeah.
let him know that I'll put him up.
Yeah.
So it was literally like 52 seconds later, Dave Forbes called me back. He's like, listen, put up Pete Weber,
Yeah.
put up Johnny Petraglia, and put up Parker Bowen. I
Yeah.
want those guys, and I'm going to give those guys, I want to make sure that I give the BBL Foundation a $5,000 check.
Yeah.
So he took on the responsibility, and he put those guys up in the hotel.
I know. We don't want to mention the hotel name, but
I'm
we,
not going to.
we recommend that the pros stay there. They did. Then they reneged on 3 rooms they're
Yeah.
going to give us.
Not good.
I did not think I'd ever hear that. Not in Fort Myers.
But it all worked out.
Yeah, we're fine.
It all worked out.
We're fine. Sometimes people just don't get it.
No,
You know?
no, but it's cool. This facility did it, though. This facility did it.
Oh, I can't sleep now.
Is that you?
Yeah.
What else would it be?
that's the 710.
Was that your ball?
What else would
That's
it be,
the
Lynch?
710.
Yeah,
Was that your ball that just hit like that?
yeah.
That was the second shot in the 10th.
In the 10th. And this is where you almost bounced it out.
Yeah, I almost bounced it out here.
Oh, yeah.
You had it
Whoa,
wanting to come.
that
You had
was
it wanting to come.
How much fun would that
I
have
just
been?
needed to
though?
get a
would've
little
been
bit more
awesome.
piece of that pin on the lane, and I
How
had
much
it.
fun would that have been?
And that would have been sweet, especially after watching it on TV 2 days
Yeah,
ago.
it would have rolled the rail like Stayrooks did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you what we're watching here, folks.
Yep.
Watch this.
Oh, we don't want to watch that.
There's Mike
Yeah, you
Haugen.
can see it.
There's Walter Ray
That's
over
Walter.
there.
Yep.
And he's bowling Mike Haugen
In the finals match
in
here
the
at Lightning
finals
Strikes.
match at Lightning Strikes
Yep.
on Flow Bowl. And there he is right there watching himself on
The
Flow
Mike.
Bowl, crying because Walter Ray beat him. And there he is over there, and Walter Ray's smiling because Walter Ray knows he's going to win.
That's awesome.
Hi, my name's Larry. I don't
So-
like to poke the bear. Sometimes I just like to push it.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Well, we're going to
but-
call it a night. What do you
Yeah,
think,
no,
boys?
once
We're all-
again, I mean,
Gary, thank you,
great,
sir.
man. Thank
Larry,
you
it's a
guys.
pleasure.
Great
Right there,
bowling to you.
Mikey.
guys for
It's
having
awesome
Thank
to
you
see
so
you guys
much.
here
So
again.
good to see you again,
Thank
Thank
you,
you, man.
Rob.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for joining
Thank you.
us.
So good to see
Appreciate
you.
you guys
All
hanging
right,
out
you
with
guys.
us.
All right, here
Larry's
we are.
pride and
Thank you,
joy right
everybody.
here.
You bet.
I hope you enjoyed this informal chat for 3 hours with
Yeah.
some great bowlers. David, of course, winning our Eddie Foods Open 2 weeks ago and beating some great bowlers. And, of course,
shooting
these
300
gentlemen
tonight.
here
It's shooting 300 tonight.
making finalists, PBA champions, the Masters, the man that sent Duke home. And Litchy, an old man ready to go home.
It's been a long week for
Been
us
a long
here,
week. All right.
but it's okay. It's well worth
And
it.
we got tomorrow, we go again.
Yep.
We're on the
Wednesday
air at
night.
6:30 for all of you. So remember, 6:30, Oaks Farms. You guys are bowling tomorrow. We're practicing over.
I
You
actually
got
have
practice.
probably a pro-am.
We got a pro-am tomorrow.
Oh, really? High?
Well, maybe
Yeah.
not. There's only 6 pros needed. Maybe I'm in, maybe I'm not.
That's all right.
Yeah, because if he doesn't have a pro-am and I don't have a pro-am, I'm not saying
Given the
we're going to
fact that
be
you were
here,
just
but
You
there's
guys
a-
can-
in the
you-
but there's a
finals,
good
you should
chance we
probably be
might
in.
be here.
You guys can come back and sit with me if you want. It's
Wednesday
up to
night,
you.
if
If
you
you
got
decide
nothing
you
to do
want to
tomorrow
kill a
night,
night, you can sit here.
Do we?
Come see us. It's
Well,
another
put your
full
app
house.
out and show them some app stuff. You want to do that if you come back?
If you
You
decide,
know that
if you decide you
I
want
wish
to
I
sub
had my.
tomorrow,
I
you
can
let
do
me
that,
know.
but I wish I had my other phone
There is
with me that I
brackets
used
tomorrow.
to test the app.
Yeah.
Because you
Not solved,
can plug
there's
that phone
Eliminator.
into your computer.
Oh, you wouldn't dare.
And you would be able to show it.
You wouldn't dare do that
I
for
don't-
me, would you?
I
And
don't
tell
have-
the people what you're doing?
I don't have it with me.
Oh,
Now that I actually
no.
know you're
Because then
over
I would be
50,
able to
maybe we
actually
can
go
Oh,
ahead and do it.
I
But-
would love to
but-
have you operate your app.
But
Be good. Jake kind of wants me to
on there's a
bowl all the overruns
Facebook
with
page
him.
for
We'll
the app,
Yeah.
and on that
But,
Facebook page, I have videos showing using the app, and that's what
We'll
I
see.
used to do. It. I
On
plugged
your
my,
Facebook page.
Yeah, I plugged my phone into my computer and made these videos
I
of
got
actually
it.
using the app, so you know what it does.
All right. Well, all right, we're going to go.
All right.
We're going to call
Larry,
it a
thanks
night.
for everything you do, Larry.
It's all right, man. We're good.
man.
We're good. See you all tomorrow, everybody.
Have a good one.
Again, we want to thank you so
See you
much.
guys.
On behalf
See you,
of
buddy.
our staff here, see you tomorrow. And as I always say, good luck and good bowling.